Congratulations, Ash, for bringing Onpassive back. You and the special tech team.
Welcome back, that's Ash and the Dream Tech Team. Onpassive's here, making tech teams clear with your vision path so clear. Cheers to the future, let's shift to top gear.
The world awaits the magic you create. Tech and dreams will formulate. Together we stand, hand in hand, making waves across this land. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door. Tech team on point every day, crafting the future in a unique way. From bits to miracles they weave, infinite potential we believe.
Ash, you light the way so bright, guiding us through the night. Tech paths we now ignite, we'll journey on toward the light. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door.
Congratulations, Ash, for bringing Onpassive back. You and the special tech team.
Welcome back, Ash and the Dream Tech Team. Onpassive's here, making tech teams gleam with your vision path so clear. Cheers to the future, let's shift to top gear. The world awaits the magic you'll create. Tech and dreams will formulate. Together we stand, hand in hand, making waves across this land. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door. Special tech team on point every day, crafting the future in a unique way. From bits to miracles they weave, infinite potential we believe. Ash, you light the way so bright, guiding us through the night. Tech paths we now ignite, we'll journey on toward the light. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door. The world awaits the magic you create. Tech and dreams will formulate. Together we stand, hand in hand, making waves across this land. Onpassive, oh, we rise up high. Innovation reaching for the sky. With Ash's guidance we'll soar, breaking through every closed door.
Stop going there.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a fabulous, wonderful, wonderful day. There's so much going on now in Onpassive. Isn't it just so exciting? It's kind of funny because they're all so excited about the fact that they have an ecosystem running. I just need to remind everyone, this was supposed to be an AI, artificial intelligence, and ML, machine learning company that helps people run their business. So having a place to log into is kind of the bare minimum that you would expect from them. But we're very, very excited. We're celebrating it a lot. Everyone's so excited this week. And there's a new message in the OES. Now, apparently I'm not allowed to show you guys, though. I'm naughty. But this is the message that they have up. Hello, Ella. Good to see you. It's been a little while. I've been doing streams in the evening, and I think it's too late for you and Mark to pop in, unfortunately, when I go live later. So there's this message. It just came up yesterday. It says, what a powerful comeback. So inspiring. And I know it's very hard to read. Like, I don't know why you would fucking put this font on this background, but I mean, it wouldn't be Onpassive if they made it clear, I guess. So inspiring to see how loyal and engaged our community is. We are moving forward better and faster than predicted. Way to go. Amazing traffic. In just 6 hours, we've had 12,500,000 requests on the ecosystem. And then they say it's 12.5 million, in case you weren't aware that 12,500,000 equates to 12.5 million. That's 20,000 to 25,000 requests per second. Millions and millions to come. That's how we do it. Stay tuned for more great news. And then they have this quote here, and it's in red. I'm like, okay, so then you do know how to make the font stand out. I am responsible for my actions, and I couldn't care less about someone's words. Ash Mufareh. And I'm like, that's a weird quote to kind of like put there, isn't it? Like, we're all excited that the ecosystem's back up and running, and we've apparently had 12.5 millions signing in. So, like, why this quote? I am responsible for my actions, and I couldn't care less about someone's words. It's very odd. Sometimes I feel like I run Onpassive because they're just constantly responding to like us over here. Like, I feel like that one is more like, don't listen to the naysayers because, words don't matter. And I'm like, okay, but you also don't listen to the words of the people in Onpassive, like the questions of the O founders. Like, hey, are we now going to get our commissions that we were promised September 2023 that we've been waiting for literally over a year now? That's owed to us. Like, we ignore those words as well. And that's just it's not a good idea. It is. It's all a load of baloney. Hey, Violet. I hope that you do well. It's okay. If you can't stay awake, then don't worry about it. I think the A is redundant. Each image and included script, CSS, whatever is one request. A page with 10 additional elements creates 11 requests with one view. Okay. So that would make sense then. They're really just adding up how many clicks on the page then. Is basically what you're saying. Or how many pages load and whatnot. I wonder. My vampire look, I'm glad you like it. I feel like this is just such a weird quote. But anyway, nothing else is going on. Everything's still the same, as you guys can see. Like, and again, the stuff's not loading. I don't really understand. They have a lot of the pictures not showing up down here. See how it's all like broken files? So I'm like, did you recover all of the data? It seems like some of it's missing. Something went wrong here. I feel like we're still not in the clear. We're celebrating a little early. But, at the same time, it's like, all right, let them be happy. Let them have their celebration. They don't get many wins. They're considering getting the OES back up and running as a win. And covering this scam is bizarre, right? Because we know that it's not going to be successful, but at the same time, like, I want them to do what they say that they're going to do. Or I at least want Ash to provide what he stated he would provide to all of them, right? So, like, I'm not happy when things are not going well for the O founders. We don't celebrate when things go wrong. But it's kind of like a situation where it's like, oh, well, of course this happened because Ash doesn't know how to run this fucking company and everything's going to shit because he pocketed $108 million and he didn't put a cent back in. And that was before any of the products were made. So by the time that the SEC came after them, which was August 11th, 2023, was the like filing and them announcing that they had started this litigation against Onpassive. Like, that happened, and then it was a scramble while all the money was gone to try to provide something for them. And this is kind of what they've come up with. And nothing's changed. It's the exact same it was when it went down. But for some reason, they keep acting like it's brand new. And like it being down for 3 months, you now have to get to know it again. You know, because you obviously forgot how to use it because you haven't used it in 3 months. And all of you are really, really dumb and forgetful people. So we now need to remind you how to log in. The requests were probably multiple logins by the founders. There are no new people, just the loonies trying to log in. I'm expecting that it makes sense when you think that all the O founders are told to like go in and check it out as often as possible. So each O founder is logging in probably a few times a day. I myself am logging into it at least twice a day since it's been back, right? And I will going forward because I like to log in usually in the morning and in the evening to see if anything's new for my coverage, you know? So I'm several of those logins, and I'm assuming that the O founders are doing the same where they're logging in several times. So yeah, that's not new people coming. It's not like they've had 12.5 million new people show up to join them on top of the O founders. I think it's just like, that's how many times people have logged into the ecosystem. That I could probably believe. Like, those numbers make more sense to me. You know what I mean? Because if they're all logging in several times a day and there actually is, 800,000 of them, which is what the SEC found there to be, not 1.4 million like they say. The SEC could really only find 800,000. They haven't signed up anyone since June 2022. So whatever the SEC found in August of 2023, that's the numbers we have to go by. I don't have an update of new numbers other than them just saying 1.4. But they haven't provided any proof of 1.4. So I got to go where there's proof, right? So 800,000 people, we know that they have. If they're all logging in several times a day, yeah, that you would probably get to be those numbers, that's not weird. You can't do anything. Just enjoy. Yeah, we're just going to sit here and look at it and be like, I'm so glad I have my dashboard because this is all you can do. You can like try to get into other things, but nothing happens. So you're just kind of sitting here. You can kind of go into your wallet. It sort of has an area. As you can see, I am rich with my 10 O coin. But like, what else are you doing in this ecosystem? They're like, go log in. Go hang out in there. And I'm like, to do what? What are we doing? Just enjoy it. But I can't even hang out on ONET with people. What am I enjoying? Okay, so take a page with 12 icons, 2 styles, using an extra font each, right? A single click on the page results in 17 requests. Okay, yeah, because each of those things works as one single request, right? So then every time that this page loads, it would probably be multiple requests. And then they're taking that as multiple sign-ins because apparently they don't know how to read their data, which that wouldn't surprise me either. Hello, Baron. Good to see you. Like, that's probably part of it too. So yeah, if you take what Jen said, and then you also think that they have 800,000 people, they've probably lost some since then, I'm going to be honest. But like I keep saying, I got to go by the proof I have, the evidence in writing and everything. Like, think about it. So 800,000 people logging into the page. Every single time that a page loads, it ends up being several different requests, probably close to what you're saying here. I'd say about 15 to 20 probably then, based on how this website is and all the stuff they have going on it, all the images and whatnot. Even if some are fully loading, I wonder if those would still count. Like when I go into the O Connect area, right? Like I showed you guys and the all these, like, would this be one each? And like, even though it's not loading right now, I am wondering if that would kind of count. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, like there's at least 10 pictures here. Yeah, none of them are working. There's at least 10 pictures there. So like you could say that page is probably a good 17 requests just on its own. You're being very naughty sharing super triple secrets like this. Didn't you hear what Red said earlier? I did. I even reacted to it. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out after this. Do you think if ONET comes back up, the founders will actually use it this time? I wonder, because they weren't really using it before. But it is true that now that it's kind of disappeared and come back, maybe there might be more appeal. You know, like absence makes the heart grow fonder. And they've really been missing everything. And like, what else are you going to do? Like, if ONET comes back up, that's really the only thing that they can do is that or the O Connect webinars. So if you're not somebody doing webinars like Marty and Chris, you're kind of just using ONET and OMail. Or you're having fun trimming some links, I guess. Gina Leva made a comment that her beautiful world had been restored by Ash and she felt complete again by being in the ecosystem. Ooh, that's really sad, actually. It's really sad that Gina Leva needs the Onpassive ecosystem to feel complete. Poor woman. She doesn't have anything else going for her? Lord. What is it? That's a good question. I ask myself that all the time. What is this? And that's a good segue, I guess, to what did that mean? Because today's webinar, I don't know, are they calling them webinars again? It's really just a live stream, but they feel like they're doing webinars. Webinars is more when other people come up on the panel with you. And then live streams is like what I do every day, where I just kind of scream at the void and the people in my chat while I'm reacting to something, you know? But they usually call them Onpassive webinars. And this one is called, What Did That Mean? And the whole time that I was clicking through it, because I haven't watched the whole thing from start to finish, I did not have the ability to do that today, but I have kind of clicked through and heard a little bit of it. I was wondering, what the hell are these two talking about? So, you know, hopefully they'll explain more to us about what did that mean. I'm assuming it's what did Ash say? Again.
Hey, everybody. Thank you. It's been a crazy last few days, but crazy cool. Absolutely. As you know, or as we all know, OES is back up.
Woo!
It's an amazing thing that, could you imagine taking something that was built by somebody else, especially the ecosystem with all the twists and one click wonder and all that it was, and another team had to take this mess, a needle in a haystack, and put it all back together. And they did it in record time.
What?
Record time. Ash will go over that someday. I mean, record time. And boom, we're all on. Now.
It was actually in completely normal time for what it would take to make this OES. It's just that it took their company 5 years to make the OES. here's the thing. They didn't really have any technicians until 2023. So, there's that. So it actually only took them a couple months to get the OES together the last time. So thinking that the OES and the website's been down for 3 months, if they've allegedly been working this whole time, that's a pretty long time to be working on just this OES. You have to remember, none of the products are up. So O Connect isn't back up. The only one that works is the O Trim. All right. O Connect not there. You can't get into O Mail. You can't get into the O Tracker. So, it's literally just the OES that's gone up. So for them right now, it seems like it took a really quick time, but it's like, no, that's how long it actually takes. You guys were just being led astray for 5 years by Ash, claiming that it takes 5 years to put this ecosystem together after he said it was already completed all the way back in 2021.
I want to tell you is yesterday's pop-up. They, as you saw, you read down it and you saw all these numbers. I know people, oh, the math doesn't add up and this, and other people have contacted me and Chris. That's an amazing amount of traffic for the company to get. And I want to tell everybody what it means. It's not external traffic. First, I want to say,
I do have respect for Marty here, trying to actually explain it a little better. At least he knows that, he's not getting tricked.
Heard about the traffic. I went, oh, that's cool. They're doing some kind of testing. I never thought it was the amount of people they're driving to OES. For one thing, OES right now is in the process of building back up and bridging to something new.
All right. Well, I read you guys and showed you guys the message because of this. Do you think that message was put in a way that would make people that maybe they don't understand, like all of this tech stuff, which most of the people in Onpassive don't understand it, right? Do you think that it was put in a way that implies that that's new traffic? Let's just take a little look at it again, shall we? It says, so inspiring to see how loyal and engaged our community is. We are moving forward better and faster than predicted. Way to go. Amazing traffic. In just 6 hours, we've had 12,500,000 requests on the ecosystem, 12.5 millions. That's 200,000 to 25,000 requests per second. Millions and millions to come. That's how we do it. Stay tuned for more great news. Right? Now, if you don't know anything about technology and you read that as an O founder, it does kind of sound like they're saying that's how many people are using the website now. Right? So I feel like it is kind of implied. Right? Thank you, John, for the $5. I will have a Tim Hortons coffee on you. I feel like the wording of that, it does kind of imply, if you're not familiar with technology, like they don't even say in it, that's how many people we've had like log in of the O founders, or that's how many times people have logged in. It implies new traffic, but the number of requests has to be divided by the number of elements per page. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they don't know how to figure out the data. That doesn't surprise me. I don't even know if they're keeping track of all this, So it's, I don't know. I feel like if people are misinterpreting that message, it's not on them. That message is very easily interpreted. And this is the problem in Onpassive, is Ash or the Onpassive team, they literally put that out. Pounds, sorry. I just called them all dollars because to be honest. Like, I've had rupees sent to me. I thought that thanks for the 5. It's probably more in my money, my Canadian money. But like the way the message is put, right? It's like, of course they don't know what that means. Like, it's a miscommunication error on Onpassive's part, not on the founders. Onpassive needs to be more clear with putting out this information. Maybe instead of just putting something like that up in the back office, Ash should shut the fuck up about that. And then when he comes on the next non-360 this week, he could like actually explain to people what that means. Instead of putting up this message, and now Marty and Chris are sitting here trying to translate the message. You know? They're trying to trick people with that statement. And it's kind of funny that they're trying to like trick people or imply things, and then Marty comes out here and just, nope, that's not what it is. Ash is only good at 2 things, exaggerating and lying. Yeah, he's definitely not good at writing those messages. Anybody not familiar with web servers will assume 1 request equals 1 user. I do think that. And I think the way that the wording was, that's kind of how it was implied in that message. And the way Marty's like, I never thought. Like, good for you, Marty. Neither did I. Should I get a trophy?
Okay, we know that. We were told that. But you would never drive, if you were able, and the company is able, by the way, to drive thousands and millions of people to our site. But why would they? It's not ready. What the traffic meant.
Okay, but that never stopped you before. What do you mean? You were trying to get people to sign up when you didn't even have an OES or any products. All you had was a website. But now it matters that it's not ready yet. You gotta wait. Or are you taking our advice?
And I'll try to make this simple. There's internal traffic. In other words, here's what traffic means. It's data moving. You log in, me, you, and other people, other founders. We log in. That's a click of a button. That's data moving.
We have literally done all of our marketing campaigns when things were not ready. All right, the Burj Khalifa shit, the Dubai Mall, buying the naming rights to the train, blah, blah, blah. I could go on and on. There's a whole bunch of other ones. The FIFA World Cup bullshit, where it was being sports. Yeah, all of that happened when they did not have a single fucking thing. And now they're like, it would be silly to have people come here when we're not ready. And I'm like, what, did you learn finally? It only took you like 5 years, but I'm glad you did.
You get in and you click on the profile. That's another bit of traffic internally. You click on everywhere. You start clicking. You make 5 or 6 clicks, maybe 10. You're looking at your wallet. You're looking at the stuff. Now, picture in
Close.
6 hours. We're not running yet. And there was like 12 million bits of traffic internally. That is mind-blowing. But here's the issue. Mr. Einstein, when he says something, you know, he's not doing it to make people confused. In data, you can say data, internal, external data, okay? But it's about the movement. And the reason it was such a powerful statement, once we all know, and we're starting to learn what it means, to have that much movement, that much interaction, internal interaction, and it never blinked. It never fluttered. It never did anything. I want to say, and we're going to go into.
I mean, you have a bunch of images not loading properly, but I guess we'll just forget about that.
Some of the anxiety people are having about this. Chris is going to do that. We're going to chat back and forth. So we're talking to you. We're not telling you anything. We're all a family here. We want to explain the best we can. And we're not saying anything, oh, this is my opinion. It's not an opinion. This is stuff we know.
Also, the thing on the bottom that's all like, oh, Mr. Ash Mufareh and the amazing tech teams, we all want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's really cringe. Please stop.
It's a beautiful thing, by the way. And talking with the OTech pros, Collins is supposed to join us to be able to take this mess that used to be the ecosystem that was, we don't know all the damage, but anyway, taken away and get it all back together. Complete strangers. This goes to show you how sharp this new team is.
Oh my God.
They're doing it. I don't know exact time, but let's compare. Let's say it's normally a 5-day thing to do.
Okay.
This team is showing it that they do it in hours. Okay, let's say 5 days to hours. That it's amazing. So what does that do? It saves money. It gives more power to the company. They're gonna.
Yeah, but you're not paying any of your employees anyway. They're all volunteers, remember? They're not getting paid for this work. And they still owe the last tax. See, they're all mad at the last tax because they refused to continue working while they weren't getting paid. So now they're all assholes. How dare they? How dare they want their salaries and their wages? I mean, they should have just been working for Ash Mufareh for free. They should be happy to just be in this man's company and in his presence on webinars sometimes. But he hired them as employees and then they wanted their actual promised pay? Fucking peasants. That must mean that their technology all sucks and they all suck and none of them have any skills anymore, even though we spent 2 years bragging about how they were all the best technicians and best engineers that we could ever hire in the entire industry. We said we picked them from the creme of the crop. They were the best of the best. But now, because, you know, they wanted their wages and they were like, we're going on strike because you owe us pay from January to August and I literally cannot support my family. Like, you're expecting me to work here 80 hours a week and then my family's supposed to be homeless, just wandering around with no food to eat because you don't want to pay me? My visa's going to expire now and you lay me off with no pay? Thanks. But now they suck. So we're just going to shit on them even more. Because that's pure class, isn't it? Real classy. And now these new techs who really just did this in the time it takes to do it. It should only take like a day to do that ecosystem with a whole team of technicians. In hours. That's how long it would take with a whole team of techs. This is like first year tech stuff. Really basic stuff that they all know. It doesn't show their experience, their expertise, and how quick they are. They literally just did it how you do it. You have a warped view of how this is done because you were lied to for 5 years that it was being worked on when it wasn't. So you seem to think that building an ecosystem is some crazy, huge task that takes an entire team of like 80 technicians 5 years to do. And that's just not the case. But I hate how you shit on them so much after you pump them up. And it makes me wonder, like, what? Something goes wrong now? What if when they do the O-Connect, something doesn't click? Are they then all going to be shit and they don't deserve their wages either? If they are getting paid? Because again, apparently they're volunteering. And keep that in mind when he continues to talk about what they go through.
We're about to be blown away from what I understand. I'm not an IT guy. I don't have to be an IT guy to realize, okay, Marty, here's something in a box. They laid it out. It's a big building block, beautiful building sitting on a desk. Some guy comes in and knocks it on the floor and you got pieces everywhere. They took all those pieces, put it back together, and built it exactly like it was when it got knocked over. That's what I want to tell you. Beautiful. I'm gonna outline something else.
It didn't get knocked over. Like, who do you people think you are? You think you can not pay Amazon the bill for your hosting? And then you don't pay your employees, and then you're the victim when you don't have your data? Like, that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Like, imagine if you like didn't pay your rent for like 2 years, and then they came to evict you, and you were like, oh my God, why are they evicting me? I haven't paid my rent in 2 years. What awful people. I'm such a victim. Like, that's not how that works. Pay your fucking bills. If you don't pay your bills, you don't get your stuff. If you go into the grocery store, you get a bunch of groceries, they ring it in. You can't be like, oh, sorry, don't have money. Gonna run with the groceries now. And then when they call the cops on you to get you arrested for theft, be like, well, cost of groceries went up. I'm a victim. That doesn't work either. There is no way that you can twist and turn this situation where you guys are the victim. Ash had $108 million that he just spent on himself. He decided to not pay his bills with that, which then resulted in your site being shut down. He didn't pay his technicians. They couldn't continue to work because they couldn't eat. And they had to find a place to fucking live because they were all getting evicted from their homes. So they went, all right, well, guess we'll go on strike because we keep asking for our wages and getting fucked around, and now they're threatening us. Oh yeah, they threatened these people. Some of them are in on visas. Yeah, they moved there to work for them. Didn't get paid. And now some of them are facing getting kicked out of there with their families and no money to show for it, for all of the work that they did for this company for 8 fucking months. But no, you're the victims, right? They're trying to take us down. Like, what? No, pay your fucking bills. Pay your employees. And then things get done. You don't want to do that. You don't get your things. Simple.
Before Chris takes over. Any issues, or you think are issues, or things are not working exactly like they should be, they know, and there will be, I'm going to give you one example. I can't log in. I don't have my password. By the way, 5 of my accounts, I can't log in. No panic. Why? Here's what's going to happen. When the company's ready, we're dealing with a different breed. We're dealing with lions instead of gophers. Okay, these people know their stuff, so we're going to get something like this. And I want everyone here.
You know, you can talk up these technicians without shitting on the technicians that you fucked around for 8 months, refused to pay, made homeless, and made it so that they couldn't afford to care for their families, and they have children starving now. You could, like, just talk up these new ones without shitting on the other people that are your victims. They're your victims. Stop victim shaming and blaming them, you asshole. Tell your fucking CEO to pay them their bills. Because let me tell you something. I bet you if these people were promised money and they don't get it soon, they're also going to leave. People aren't going to work for, it's only you founders that are willing to do this for free. And I don't know why you didn't tell Collins Manna and his little OTech pros to go and do this for free for Ash. You know, if they care so much about the company and they're such great technicians and engineers, why are you even hiring employees? If you don't want to fucking pay them, why aren't those people just volunteering their time like they do on 10-hour webinars every day? But you don't have the right to go hire people, not pay them, and then shit on them afterwards and say that their work sucks because it's the same work. It's the same work. You do realize that these new techs just did what the old ones did. Am I crazy? Like, how can you even shit on them. They're like, oh, these awful technicians, how dare they? Fuck us over. We didn't pay them for 8 months. Their families are starving, but fuck them. It's like, okay, the new ones, how are they so great? They just redid what the old ones did. So their skill set is the exact same. We haven't seen anything new from them. So I don't even know how you're making these statements. You know? What they say about the Texan employees sound an awful lot like what they were saying about the last guys, willing to cover any bets that in 6 months, the current techs will be the bad people. Exactly. Like they could mess something up. The O-Connect still isn't up. And it's supposed to be a better version now. But watch them just literally upload the old version. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Takara. Like, watch it just be the old version, re-upload it again, and then they'll be like, oh, those last techs, they couldn't do this O-Connect. Like, they are the ones that did this O-Connect, you moron.
I've never said this before, and this isn't about building my channel. 80-some thousand people to me, from what I'm thinking of where we're going after we launch, is a joke. So don't worry about that. But share this so people out there, I don't care if they're indie, your Indian brothers and sisters, Papua New Guinea, whatever. I want everybody to know you're going to be taken care of. The day time will come quickly. That's why you got to pay attention. Chris is going to cover this of the updates. The time will come and say, okay, everybody, from Ash Mufareh, this is the item we're working on now. I'm just going to give an example and turn it over to Chris. Who can't log in?
So Jen said, after the first delayed salary, I'd consider adding expiration functions to the software. No pay. The software I wrote gets deleted. We've been wondering if that's kind of what happened here. Because you can do that without them knowing. Like you could just kind of add that in and not tell anyone as a tech working on this, you know? And then just kind of do that. And then they would be screwed. And a lot of us think that maybe that's what happened because it wasn't even like one delayed salary. They literally hadn't been paid in 8 months. Every pay period, they would be like, where's our pay? And they would get told like, oh, well, you guys aren't doing the greatest work. So, you know, maybe we'll pay you the next time. I know it's OT. It's coming soon. Oh, Ash isn't responding to me. So we got to wait to hear from him. Oh, Muhammad Kamal said you guys are getting paid this next time. Don't worry. You know, it was just runarounds, excuses, and no payments. So, I mean, it would be, I would not blame them. I would not blame them if they did this. Even like a few months in. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us feel like, yeah, after 8 months, someone definitely did this. And good on them. Good on them. I have no problem with it. Do it. I hope these next techs know to do that if they're promised payment. Because I'm still iffy on if these techs are getting paid. Like they laid off all of the other techs at the end of August because they didn't get paid. And they basically were like, yeah, we'll give you something, but we don't have the money to pay you. So might as well not work anymore. I guess the other guys are on strike. And so we're just going to let everyone go. But then they also told them, oh, well, when we get back up and running, you'll all have jobs here if you still want them, which I'm sure many of them were like, no, I'll go find a job that actually pays me what they said, I hope. But my understanding is some people were kind of like stuck. So I'm kind of like, are they all new techs? Some of them might still be these older techs. You know, Ash is basically saying that this stuff got stolen from him. So it wouldn't be weird to think that that's what happened. That people were like, not paying us, letting us go. Fuck this. Still little products though.
Address all those problems. Okay, in the profile, if you have a profile problem, do this. This is what's going to happen. So rest at ease. We're in a good place. Go ahead, Chris.
Good morning, my brother Marty. I love you. I love your family.
Hate that
I want
hat.
to say thank you for all that you've done to help me to learn things and explain things better. I do appreciate it. Before I start what I want to say, I'm going to answer everyone's questions today. I want to say happy birthday. Number one, to my brother, Peter Schur, who brought me into this amazing company. Peter, have a happy birthday. God bless you. I love you. Mary J. Aguilar, happy birthday. Ishwar Sarkar, happy birthday. Matthew Parker, happy birthday. And in remembrance of Fred Levacki, who from P&G, who passed away, God bless you, brother. Happy birthday in heaven. I know you're looking down on us. Nick Monte, Gordon Stevens, Kathy Clark, Randall Langford, happy birthday. Okay. I'm also saying prayers. I got a lot of prayers sent to me. I want to let you know because I have a lot to talk about today. I'm praying for every one of you, morning, noon, and night. I will ask again.
We're not right now.
Today at 4 o'clock my time, EDT. Actually, every half hour, I would like everyone stop what you're doing if you can and say a prayer and pray for the people that's in this massive path of this hurricane and to the people that are still
every half an hour. Stop and pray for the people for the hurricane.
Trying to get out of the last hurricane. Every half hour, everyone just stops and does it. It's a great thing. Trust me on that one. It works. Okay. What I want to say today, Marty touched on a few things that I
wonder if Chris is one of those people that think that the hurricane was man-made by the liberals to take out all of the states that are voting for Trump.
To talk about.
Trump things.
On a daily, nightly, 24 hours a day basis, I get phone calls literally all around the clock of questions and concerns. Okay, I'm going to answer those for you today, but I need you to pay attention to what I'm saying.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, now I took notes, so you might be seeing me look down a little bit because everything we're telling you is factual and true. It's what we're telling you that's happening. If you're confused by it, we do communicate with some guy, some crazy guy we know, and then we break it down how he exactly said it, decoding you might want to say, but he's really good about helping us with that.
Oh, yeah.
So now we are giving you information that eventually is going to show up in the update section so we can explain it to you better because a lot of people were confused yesterday about the message. If you go into your OES back office right now, the last part of the message, what Ash's most powerful message said.
It's not that they weren't allowed to either. Like, I thought we were done with this whole, like, Ash posts a message or Ash does a corporate webinar now that the 360 is no longer there, allegedly. Like, I thought that he didn't want them translating for him or telling everyone what he means and what is going on. I thought we were only supposed to listen to Ash. And they say that, but then in their next stream, they go, oh, well, we talked to Ash, so we know just as much as he does. So now we're going to tell you what he's saying and what's going on here. And it's just such mixed messaging. I don't understand. But yeah, now if these guys are support, we're in trouble because Marty didn't even explain the website stuff. All right. I felt like Jens did a better job of that than Marty did. He has no clue what's going on.
It's been changed and fixed. It happens once in a while, guys. It's not a big deal, but read it. You'll know exactly what it says. I'm not going to explain it to you. It's self-explanatory. Okay. Profile changes.
Mm-hmm.
Password changes. Email changes. Okay. Cannot be done right now.
No
Matter
shit.
of fact, the affiliate button, go ahead, press it. Not sure if it's taken down yet. It doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen. You go onto your OTP or try to change the password, nothing's going to happen. But let me tell you this.
Whoa. What do you mean nothing's going to happen? If I don't remember my password and I need the OTP, Redford told me that I can get a one-time password if I don't remember my password. And now here you are the next day saying it doesn't work. Do you not watch Red's videos? Do I watch him more than you do? I thought you were his friend. My name is Chris Johnson and I'm Red's friend. You know, like, so co-founders go and watch Red Redford and be all like, hey, click on that one-time password. You'll be able to get a password. It'll be all good. They'll send it to you. And then the next day they come and watch these guys. And Chris goes, yeah, if you try to get a one-time password, it won't work for you. Nothing's working over here. You can just log in. Like, how are you not on the same page? And how do I know that your truth is the truth? How do I know Red didn't talk to Ash Mufareh and got told that the one-time password works? Like, that's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed, Charlotte Dobre. Okay? Just, ugh. How do you do that? And have one of you come out here and make a whole video about how you can get a one-time password. And then literally the next day, another one of you comes out here and says, yeah, that won't work. You really have to get on the same page with each other. You guys need like some kind of leader group, your little LC group or something again, so that you can all be on the same page. Because that's ridiculous. Okay? That's fucking ridiculous.
It will soon.
It will soon.
We also know that the log out, when people try to log out, it won't log out. They know all about it. If you remember, Ash's words said this: we know all, our teams will be working on it. And that's exactly what they're doing. But I'm going to tell you this: if you just let it sit for a couple of minutes, it closes itself out. But if you don't feel comfortable about doing that, just log out of the browser, shut it down like that. But again, that is a teeny tiny small issue that they know about, and Ash said it. We know about it. I have no problem getting concerns from you individuals in this beautiful family of ours. I have no problem. If I get more than 10 that say, Chris, I'm not sure. Yes, I will contact Marty. I will contact Ash. This is kind of what I'm getting. And he usually says, brother, we got it. We know all about it. Thank you. Remember what he said. Get into your OES and say thank you. That's it.
Wow.
But all those things about if your profile's wrong, I see the question on here. Someone says, my profile's not right. There's nothing there. Don't worry. No one's going to be left behind. Listen, let me tell you why this is happening. Ash Mufareh needs to get everything right before going to the next step.
Oh my God.
So all these little issues that we're seeing, or you're seeing, it's not a lot. They are addressing, they're looking at it, they're working on bigger things. In order to move forward, look at me with the hand movements now. In order for Ash Mufareh to move forward, all those things have to be addressed. And when they are addressed, you will be able to change your password. Okay?
Ellie says, do you think that they think the best tech companies don't need support because they are perfect? Probably. The thing is that oftentimes you won't really know some of the issues with the product, especially a software, until it kind of goes live and people use it, because maybe the issues aren't in the US or whatever. It's an issue in another region because of something or blah, blah, blah. So you always have to have support, and they always have to be working on these products. There shouldn't be like a last version and then that's it. And they just walk away and leave that product, They're always going to have to be updating, and they're always going to be working on it, and they should always be trying to make it better. So it's very weird, this whole Ash needs to make sure that this is perfect before he releases it now. And it always has been, because he said that the last time. And now all those products sucked. And we're redoing them all, remember? So I wouldn't be surprised if they do think that, And Julie Nugent is not supposed to run support for Onpassive. No, stop calling Julie at 4 a.m, guys.
Will be support. But right now, nothing. Don't worry about it. If it's not there, it's okay. It will be. You will be able to change all these things in the near future. Now, I say this now because I've individually talked with
Marty. I'm sorry, but it's been like 2 days. And you couldn't get the profile information to load and change? This ecosystem isn't done.
Ash, when this is going to happen. Don't know when, but I'm going to give you a little secret. We got OES now. All you got to do is check your updates daily, because that's where Ash is going to say, go ahead, you can now change your password. Okay. This update section is more important than anything right now.
Persona non
It's very important. And I tell you what, I don't even have to check my update section because normally the 150,000 groups we have, they checked it already and they blast MK Lee. Go ahead, Marty.
I want to add something. It's not like Ash, okay, we're not
right.
delivering messages for the company. That's not what we're trying to say.
You are.
To freak out. How come you got, Ash is like a family and friend to me. I get it, but I'm not taking that role. The only reason we would break things down like we are now is because when we get the information and it turns, like Chris said, 1, okay, I can explain it to him. 2, okay, but 5 or 10, that means, because if there's 10,
that means that you have not done a good job of explaining everything to everyone. Because you did come out here and say, hey, nothing's going to be working. Just log in and check it out. Right? It's a miscommunication issue. But the whole thing is, I'm sure people are wondering, well, logging into my OES and having a profile is like the bare minimum. So you log into your OES and then you don't even have your profile uploaded. And now this company's telling you that they are the company that you should be using to run your business with. I think people are going to be a little bit nervous, right? Like if you can't even upload that properly, what does that mean about OConnect? Are you going to even be able to do that? You know? The company isn't even delivering messages for the company, right? Typical incompetence by Ash. Can't log in for 3 months. Can't log out. Then, right? I know. But either you can't log in, or if you can log in, then you can't log out. And then when you get the email client, you can log in, you can write an email, but then you can't send it or reply. It's like, there always has to be something. Always. They can never just get it right. And this is worrisome. Like they want to take over the internet, by the way. Oh yeah, Ash thinks that he's going to be the new Elon Musk. Although instead of just running Twitter and taking that over, he's going to take over the entire internet. And you watching at home right now, you are definitely going to be a part of this. There's one day that you're going to be like, fuck, I have to join that Onpassive. The whole world's joined it. I can't use the internet anymore because I'm not in the Onpassive OES. Nobody uses Facebook or TikTok anymore. They're all using ONET. Like, this is the image that they have put in these people's heads. They're like, yeah, now that's going to start, guys. We're taking it over. And then they upload an OES where your fucking profile can't even be edited. Like, can you blame people for being like, hey, come on, like, what's going on with this shit?
There's
it crashed for 3 months?
1,000 people that have the same question. So we go back and text and say, all right, look,
right?
We know you're working on it, but this one issue is
it says, how can Ash save all of humanity when he can't even save his ecosystem? Just explain.
We're hearing about. And then he'll come back and say something. Then we come on our live and try to smooth things over. Like when the traffic first went out. I looked at it and said, well, it's obviously not traffic coming to the site. That wouldn't make sense.
He called me immediately, Marty did.
Yeah. And I said, no. And then when I started hearing people, I said, oh, crap.
Why didn't you call Ash and say, hey, the message in the ecosystem is implying that we're getting this much in traffic, but that doesn't make sense. Could you redo the message so that it actually explains what this means? So that we don't have all of the O founders writing us, asking us what the fuck is going on and what it means. And so I don't have to do over an hour-long live stream explaining to everyone what it means. Like, why are you calling Chris to explain it to him? He's not the one that wrote it. Are you too scared? Are you too scared to tell Ash that he fucked up the message in the back office? So now everyone's misinterpreting it? I thought you and him were friends. You're buddies. You talk every day. You can't go to him and be like, hey, man, you messed that up. You got to redo that. So if you can't even do that, how would anyone else? I mean, authoritarian leader of the internet.
It's traffic coming to, but that doesn't make sense. And I don't want to say that to people. So I get in, I explain to Ash about the traffic thing and what people are seeing. He goes, no. Why would we drive traffic to the out? Same thing I just said. Why would we drive traffic when we're not ready to do that?
I don't know. Why would you spend millions of dollars advertising on the side of the Burj Khalifa when nobody could join? Why did you pay for the Dubai Mall marketing campaign when nobody could register? Why did you partner with BN Sports during the FIFA World Cup? Why did you go to the police summit when your shit wasn't working? Like, I don't know. You don't seem to understand that you have a history here. You have a history of promoting this thing and marketing this thing when nothing can be done. No one can join it. And so, like, what would be the difference today? Why would they think that? Why would they go, Ash wouldn't be talking about traffic because that wouldn't make sense for him to drive traffic to us after every single marketing campaign you've ever done and spent millions on, allegedly, was done when nothing was working. Many of them were done before there was ever an OES. You're right, it doesn't make sense. I've been sitting here saying that for years. So is the recovering unbot. We've been like, why the fuck are you marketing right now if you're not taking any O-founders? No one can register. Like what? So they all just hear about the website, go to the website and go, this shit sucks, and then never return? What's the point of it? And you guys were like, no, we need it. This is amazing. This Burj Khalifa thing, we're going to make 1,000 videos and repost it all over YouTube. Oh, look at them in the Dubai Mall. She can't register, but look, they're all over the Dubai Mall. Let's buy the naming rights to a train in Dubai. Nobody can register, but it's a really good idea. No one can buy the products off of us either. But hey, they can come and check them out for a day. Like, why would the O-founders be like, yeah, no, Ash isn't doing that? Wouldn't make sense. Like, you expect people to come to these conclusions when Ash has never made sense in anything he's done. Claiming it's new traffic, it does seem like that's what you tried to do. No matter how much you want to try to backtrack now, because Marty went, whoa, that doesn't make sense. People are asking me what's going on. It doesn't matter. Because the message is still the same. And it's literally called Amazing Traffic. Amazing Traffic. I don't know why they think it's traffic. That would be so weird. What are they thinking that it's traffic for? I don't know. Maybe because it's literally called Amazing Traffic. Like, what do you mean? Why would they think it's anything else? Like, ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You people are ridiculous. This manipulation is dumb. This gaslighting will not work here.
When they're going to blow it up, okay? But right now, it's internal. That's all. He wanted you to feel good that what they put together that was crumbled a little bit on the floor can handle a lot of stuff internally. That's all. Go back to you, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad. Marty, you could jump in anytime you want because I love you, man. That's why. Now, I want to share something with you. What Ash said to me yesterday.
Okay.
Very funny, by the way. Very comical. And it's okay to share, I believe.
We get it. We get you and Ash are friends. You talk every day, but for some reason, none of you can ever be on the same fucking page. We get it. Stop bragging. You don't get any points with me because you have access to Mr. Ash Mufareh, authoritarian leader of the internet. All right? Lord, it's so cringe. And I talked to Ash the other day. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're so special because you have direct contact to Mr. Ash Mufareh. Sir, Lord of the internet, authoritarian leader of all. Like, no one cares. Maybe you should stop telling everyone your private conversations with Ash.
He'd probably get a laugh out of it too, because he did.
I mean, should I be going live every day going, I talked to Jelly Snack at Discord the other day. I'm really fucking special, guys. Like, no. It's cringy and it's weird. Okay? I am very base, Saul. Very base.
When I told him that I'm getting some people saying they can't log out, this was his response to me.
He's so funny.
And it's funny. I'm sorry.
So funny. Oh,
We want people to be stuck with us. Unbreakable
special.
love. That was his.
Not only does he get to talk to Ash Mufareh, Lord of the Internet, every day, he also gets to joke with him. Don't you wish that you were Chris Johnson and that you also got to joke with Mr. Ash Mufareh about his products every day?
Why? Because I love you, man. That's why. Now, I want to share something with you. What Ash said to me yesterday. Very funny, by the way, very comical, and it's okay to share, I believe. He'd probably get a laugh out of it too, because he did. When I told him that I'm getting some people saying they can't log out, this was his response to me. And it's funny. I'm sorry. We want people to be stuck with us. Unbreakable love. That was his comical answer to me. And I thought I was riding my bike again because I'm trying to do 2 a days to lose this big head. And I almost.
Chris, he was telling you that he wants it to be a cult. Are you serious right now? Unbreakable love for him? No thanks. Oh my God. If Elon Musk ever says, I want these people to have unbreakable love for X, I would delete the app right then and there. They would be like, bye. It'd be over for me. Maybe he should say it. Maybe that's what it would take. But Lord, I want them to have unbreakable love for me. That's not funny, Chris. He's telling you that he wants these people to be in a cult and unable to leave. And you're like, so funny. It's so funny, guys. And then he said, and then we all walked over to Waco. Like, no, that's not funny, Chris. That's not funny.
Almost fell out my bike. And I left him a message, and of course you can hear the wind and the motor of the bike. And he says, Chris, when you land back on planet Earth, send me another message. In other words, he didn't know what I was doing, but that's who he is. Step by step is the best way to do this. If something is not there, they know. I assure you, they know. Each thing will get fixed step by step. I feel like, you know what? I'm amazed at how many people read that poster yesterday and thought exactly what I did. And I'm like, oh my God, I got messages. And by the way, October 6th and 7th and 8th was a big day for a lot of people that got in 6 years ago. I can't say all your names, but congratulations. I'm not an anniversary guy, but congratulations. Ash Mufareh is doing this exactly how maybe they should have done it 2 years ago.
He's doing it for unbreakable love. He's doing it for the ability to control an entire group of people that will stay loyal to him and do anything that he wishes. He wants a whole group of people to listen to him, and then when he says jump, they go how high. He doesn't want to provide them anything really other than the bare minimum of tech products so that, you know, their little hearts will be happy and they'll feel like they're doing more here than just being in a cult of personality surrounding him. And he thinks it's funny. You just told us that, Chris. That's what you just told us. And you also think it's funny. Unbreakable love, right?
To make sure everything is correct. But I'm going to say again, nobody, I can't spell it out, will be left behind. Everything will be fixed. Everything will be fixed. Everything will be adjusted. Hold on. To move forward, that's exactly what we have to do. I got a million notes here. And Marty said it already. Not even my brother, Marty DeGarmo, my brother I love, can't get into some of his accounts. And I think that's funny because I got people saying this and that. And share this out to those individuals that maybe can't get into their OES because they don't have a password or they forgot their password. But it's coming. I can promise you that. He's going to make it where you'll be able to change your password. And I can go on and on. Profiles.
Yeah, this is so bad. After I just did a whole video about one-time passwords. I can't with this. I don't understand how you do that. Like, how do you have one of you telling them to get a one-time password and then another one being like, that won't work? Oh, man, when I'm done here, we got to get a clip of that, like, back to back. We got to get Red being like, you guys can get a one-time password. And then have Chris be like, the one-time password won't work. It's just so silly. I don't understand. Did they not watch Red's fucking video? Chris Down's horse, as if he had yelled for hours. Is he a mega? I mean, maybe. The hat kind of tells me maybe. They can't change their password, but OES is back, baby. And they can't update any of their information. So, like, what they're talking about with that is that when you go into your OES here, in case you guys are new or you're unaware out there watching, you have a profile. Okay? And so this is what they're talking about. See this profile? As you can see, I'm on there as that bitch. And yeah, so there's information here, you know, billing address and everything that you can fill in. And if you're actually in Onpassive and you care, then you'd fill all that in, right? You can't update that right now. So I can't edit my billing address. When I click on this button, nothing is happening. Not a thing. Nothing. Nothing is happening. So that's what they're saying. Now, I feel like this is also very bare minimum tech stuff. And that if you have the OES that you log into, I don't know why you can't change anything. Like, even if you click change password, edit profiling, none of it's working. I can't even put a picture in. It'll let me, like, basically pick a picture, but then it won't upload. When I click on that, it doesn't do anything. So that's what they're talking about in terms of the profile. I don't know how OES is back up and you can log in, and then how this is screwed up. Like, something went wrong. I feel like that would be part of the OES programming. I'm not a techie, though. I could be completely wrong, but I do feel like obviously something's gone wrong here. Otherwise, like, everything would work. It's just so weird. You know? Close your eyes. She's sharing it. Sweet God is like, oh, I missed the memo for Silly Hat Day. You still got time. You still got time. Go grab a hat. Clear violation of the MDMA. I didn't sign it. Not as me, anyway. Good luck.
Everything
in court
that you don't see there will be adjusted because it has to be.
All right, so Jensen's going to explain it a little bit. There should be a script behind each of the buttons, but those probably aren't working or written yet. So yeah, like, this is what I mean, though. Like, why would you not do that while you're doing the OES? I feel like if they had at least made it so that people could update their profiles, then they'd have something to do there. And then we wouldn't be sitting here going like, oh, go in and log in and say thanks and then hang out and just stare at it because it's so pretty, you know? I feel like that would actually help here. The O founders would then feel good about logging in, updating their information, then they wouldn't feel like they were getting left behind. It seems so silly to just do the login thing. Like, get that going too. Write those scripts, damn it. The OES is like advertising a 5-star hotel, but when you check in, there are no bedrooms, no bar, and no toilets. There's just an outhouse in the back, and they give you an air mattress, a single one, for you and your spouse.
Very good. It has to be. We can't go without it. Yeah.
And I want to say this in a funny way. You've heard us say, don't share out your back office to people. Let me ask you this.
I personally think that they should have waited. I think they should have waited, done those scripts too, and then put that up as the OES. And if it took a little bit longer, then it took a little bit longer. Because now look at what's happening. And I don't know. I do. I just feel like it would have been better for them if, we get loads of comedy with this. This is great for us, but it would have been better for them if they at least had that, If
you own a business, what you do, by the way. Let's say you
they're like, we don't want to release the products until everything's perfect, but then we're going to release the OES when you can't even upgrade your profile. And again, that's mixed messaging to me. I'm kind of like, but the OES isn't done. You've released it like undone, not finished yet, not perfect. So should I think like that the O Connect's gonna now be released as a perfect version going forward, or the ONet or the OMail? Like, they don't understand that when they do things like this, you lose faith in them as a company, right? It's like, now I don't really have the faith that you are actually making O Connect perfect, because we couldn't even do it with the fucking OES. Like, and the O Connect's gotta be worse than the OES. Like, that's a video conferencing software. I would think that it would take a lot more to make that, So it's not looking good.
You own a coffee cup making business, and it's a big business. Would you open up your books to your business to the world and say, hey, look at me? No, you wouldn't. That's why you don't share your back office. There's people right now that want to get in there and see it, but be patient, step by step, and very soon we're going to be in the walking mode, and then the full run mode, and then lightning speed mode. Things are going to happen very fast, guys. I can assure you that. But let's get these little things that they know about adjusted, and we will be on our way to success, wealth, helping people, creating education for everyone, cheap education, but the best in the world. We're going to have things that blow everyone away. Just stay with the steps. Don't overthink things. Don't say something you don't know. I had a couple gentlemen share some things on YouTube about pay times, making pretty bad things. I kindly ask them to take it down. If you see something like that, send it to me. I will personally call the individual and say, please take it down. We're not policemen, but we also want to get out the proper word for Onpassive in the right way. And I'm telling you right now, I tell people, this isn't just to build our channels. I don't care what you think. This is to get you the correct information, let you know what's evolving, to let you know OES updates is going to be the most important thing that you can watch right now next to us.
All right. So you said a few things here, but the first thing that I want to address, and the most important thing, is that you made a comment that if you're selling a book or something, if you're selling books, do you open up your library? Yeah, you do. Okay, if you're a company selling books, do you show the inner workings of the books? Maybe. You're selling the OES, right? That's technically what you're selling. And then the OES comes with the products. And then you're also selling all the products, but you have to be in the OES in order to get access to the products. So the main product here would be the OES. And then these other products that you pay for are like the secondary products. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you have to pay for an O-founder position to get access to the OES in future, it is what you're selling. You do have to show people. I think it's crazy that you think that you're going to get people into this company and using these products via an OES if you never show the OES. Are you not going to be showing people OConnect anymore? Are you not going to be doing your webinars on OConnect to show people how OConnect works? Because then no one's going to buy it. Smart people aren't going to be jumping into this without seeing the products. Like, who are you selling this to? You got to think about that. You want it to be business owners running businesses. So do you think that other people selling products are going to be okay with buying a product before they look at it? Most are not going to be. So right away, you've already made it so that 75% of your market is not going to buy from you. Congratulations. If you're selling a book, yeah, you tell people what the book's about. You maybe even read a few chapters of it. There's people that do booktube out here. You should go check it out. Like, I don't understand. And this is a big thing here right now where they're like, don't show the OES, don't show anything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of like, well, how the hell are you going to sell it? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That would be like any other MLM trying to sell you their product and then not showing it to you. They literally depend on attraction marketing. And technically, you will too. And then Bill Musk Productions will do your usual propaganda, you know? But I really don't understand. It's so bizarre to be like, don't show the OES. Because the last time that they had the OES go up, which was basically last year, just in the late spring, it was finally up and running by the summer. Everyone was able to log in, right? And then the OConnect came out last September. And if you remember, like, they were all showing it like crazy. They were so excited about it. They wanted everyone to see it. It's the same right now. It's not a new version. It's the exact same version as when the site went down on the 27th of June. I mean, sorry, the 24th of June that they want it to be. So what are we hiding? Like, I mean, I don't really, it's already been outed. We've already showed it everywhere. So it's all very, very bizarre and weird to me. I really don't understand it. Don't overthink things. Don't even think. Thinking's bad here, okay? Don't do it. The SEC has the correct information, and it's so frustrating because no matter how many times I will post a link to the litigations to them, they will not read it. And that's insane. Don't you want to know what's going on with that? I'm fearful that Ash has told all of them that it's been dismissed. And now he's like handling it behind the scenes. Because they got really, really happy right around the time that it was being dismissed. They were all like, oh, we have no problems anymore. And I was like, oh no, is he telling them that it got dismissed and he forgot to tell them that his dismissal wasn't granted and that they're actually going to court now in April of 2026? Because that's not good. Questions and logic is broke mindset, right? You're being negative. I just got a couple muffins and an iced coffee at Tim Hortons. They handed me pictures of them instead of the real thing, the Onpassive way. Could you imagine, though, if that actually happened? Like, how pissed you would be at the Tim Hortons? You'd be like, that's it. I'm going to Starbucks from now on. Fuck you guys. Or Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I'm just not doing this again. But it's like, these guys just keep returning. They love them. It's so good that we're not showing it to you until you pay, like a random bag that turns out to be full of used kitty litter. Those are the vibes, isn't it? Or like, remember the mystery boxes that people, it's kind of died down now. I haven't seen as much of it. But a couple of years ago, there was this like big splurge of people online buying these mystery boxes. and unwrapping them. And I thought it was crazy. Because I was like, you never know what you get with that stuff. You can pay $300 for one of these boxes, and then they send you a shoelace. Like, you don't know. It was just such a crazy thing. And it reminds me of that. It's like, why would you buy something if you don't know what you're buying? No, don't do that. Don't normalize that. Stop, YouTube. We'll never be millionaires with our negative Nancy ways. Damn.
When something does happen, we're going to do a
Wait.
special live. I promise you that. And that'll go on 18 YouTube channels so you get the information. Share those out, like and subscribe all of those YouTube channels. All
See,
right.
and then Mark brings up a really good point, which is pretty true. Potential customers who visit a website looking to buy something usually make their mind up within 20 seconds whether to carry on or not. I've heard 30, but you know, the same thing. The only customer Ash has are his loyal fools. And here's the thing, Mark, they don't have a website anymore. No, they don't have a website anymore. They've turned their website now into the login page. So now we're not showing the OES, and there's no website that they can get information from. So how are you going to get people to join this and want the products? You know what I mean? It's like, it's insane. Why do we, like, what are we doing? What? Have you ever heard of a company not having a fucking website? So now, like, they're just coming to a login page. And they don't even know what they're joining. So I'm worried about that. I'm kind of like, are they going to do a new website? Like, what's going on? I bought some mystery boxes, but from a reputable seller. Value was roughly the price. That's good. I'm glad that it was. 18 website, you mean 20, because Queen and Hunbot, aka the bimbos, will cover it too.
Right? So we can get the proper information out, because someone today is going to twist the information. I promise you that. They always do. And we are here not to force tell you. We are here giving you directions of what exactly is happening. If you're confused about something, and if people get confused, I get confused, I call Marty and we discuss it. We put it on paper, proof, how we're going to explain it. We talk to the big guy, understand it a little bit better, and then we put it out to you. We're never going to veer you in the wrong direction. We're going to keep you on the step-by-step path, nonstop beautifulness, and we're all going to go, as they say, to the promised land.
Oh, no.
So stay tuned.
Don't say things like that. Even Marty's looking at him like, Queen's clipping you saying that now. Just like she clipped me when I made a very similar statement to that.
If that's a cult, call me Reverend Jim Jones. Okay, let's go to Guyana. All right, no joke.
Yeah, no, let's not talk about the promised land. Let's not do that. I do like that. Nonstop beautifulness. Onpassive. Nonstop beautifulness. Join today. They should have that as their motto. Seriously, they should just scrap the in it to win it stuff.
Update section. Things have been changed in the update section. Go look. Yeah, things happen once in a while. It's a big company, but the company, you let them worry about running. Go ahead, Marty.
No, I just want to say, look, I want to give you this. I'm going to tell you what made me the impression and how I feel, why I'm so pumped, and I believe you'll feel the same way.
Stop.
I don't know all the details. I don't want to know the details. If you want to know the truth, I want to be surprised. I'm a little kid at heart, but here's how I felt about Onpassive before. Here's how I felt about Onpassive up to June.
Oh, Lord.
Before the site crashed. Not always, but most of the time. That Ash had a dream. He had a vision. And he tries to relay that vision and that dream. And a lot of us have that understanding in our heart. Do we know all the details? Of course not. How could we? But we know that we're about to enter something that's magical in a way, okay? Mr. Mufareh went from, I think, almost always
Uh-huh.
kind of pushing his dream. No, that's not it. No, that's not. I need that. No, not that. This, and that's okay. Here's how I read it now. Okay, I want this item to be able to do this, and instead of my example, instead of taking 6 months or 5 or 6 months for that to happen, and at the end of those 6 months, it needs some more tweaking and all that. This is what I'm seeing now, and I don't know the details, but I'm telling you, this is how I see it. Ash goes to the dream team, or whoever these people are, they're amazing, and says, okay, now I'm sure he comes across like he did for the last 5 years, every little detail. I would like this item to be able to do this. And they go, okay.
Uh-huh.
And he's in his mind, I believe, okay, this is going to take 2 or 3 weeks later. They get back to him that day. We'll have that day after tomorrow.
Yeah, they're fast.
I'm just saying, I'm telling you, that is the impression I'm getting. As clear, 2020, crystal clear, that things have changed so dramatically on how he's approaching his people on his side. Because the people on his side are, you want what? Yeah. They absolutely have the concept of over-delivering, but they're over-delivering to him, which in turn is magnified to us beyond what we could imagine.
What?
There was times
What?
I want a cup. I want it to look just like this. It's in his mind. You know, like a regular, you know.
I mean, Jen, you're not wrong, because like I said, like nothing new has happened here. We have just redone the OES that the last text did, and we didn't even finish it because nothing really works in it. There's images missing, like I showed you. You can't change your damn profile. So, yeah, the dream team is technically the last group of techs. But I think it went more like for the past several years, Ash goes to the techs and he says, yeah, this is what I want done, and I want it done in the next week. And the techs go, that we can't do that because it's literally impossible. And then he goes, well, I don't care, figure it out. And then they go, okay, we'll try. And then they kind of just do their best at giving him what he wants, but it doesn't always work. And then that's how we have like the O-mail without a send button. But again, he's saying he doesn't want to upload the product and then have to tweak it or have to change it. All software has to be constantly monitored for bugs. You could upload it, it could be a perfect version, and then something could happen, okay? There is no uploading it and like setting and forgetting with software. That doesn't exist. So this whole thing of Ash wanting to get everything perfect so that he can just give it to them and then walk away and no techs ever have to work on it ever again goes to show you that Ash doesn't understand how a software company even works, how software works or anything. I apparently have more knowledge about it than he does, and I openly admit I have very, very little. So I don't like it. And I don't know why Marty's trying to like frame it like that's a good thing. Because that's impossible, you know? Over-delivering is an overactive imagination in this thing for sure. Ash told the text exactly what he wanted, but he didn't mention a send button. Yeah, I feel like there's obviously been a disconnect in terms of what Ash wants and what's actually possible. And a great example of that is when he really wanted them to come up with the real-time translation while using Google plugins, but he wanted them to make it faster than Google's. And it's like, well, if we're using their stuff to do it, I don't know if we'll be able to make it faster than them. That's not how that works. So then when he realized that, eventually they just scratched that whole idea. And we haven't heard about it since. That's how I think it's actually going, right? But I mean, maybe Marty's way is the way. They're over-delivering. Or it's just that Ash is an idiot and he thinks that it takes 5 years to build an Onpassive ecosystem. And the technicians are like, dude, we can literally build this in 1 day. This is like real simple. You know? Maybe it's more like that. And then Ash is like, oh, wow, they're really over-delivering.
Okay. They come back, they got a cup, got a handle.
Oh,
Solo
yeah.
cups don't have a handle. No, not that. I
Nothing
need you
ever
to
happened to
make
that
it-
either. He wanted their top 3 products that they wanted released because he was claimed he was going to like gather that data and then release those products. Like whatever 3 products were picked the most or something, we're going to be the next 3 coming out. That's how he made it sound, right? So Red gathers all the data for him. And then they're like, yeah, thanks guys for sending that in. And then we never heard about it ever again. Nothing happened to it. Fast forward a couple months, everything crashes. Maybe it wouldn't have crashed if they had never asked for the top 3 products. So Ash is supposed to have this great dream. Problem is, it's a dream for him and a nightmare for everyone else. Exactly. And it's completely unrealistic. So he's also like demanding things of people, I feel like, that they cannot provide. They can't do it. Ash probably used O-Mail to tell his techs what he wanted. There's a 1-year waiting list for O-Mails to arrive. He did. He pocketed the whole $108 million. And then his response to the SEC when they were like, why did you just put $108 million into your wife's bank account and then spend it from the company? That's illegal. He was like, because I deserved it. I worked really hard from 2018 till 2023 on these webinars, all right? So I should get paid for my webinars. Nobody else should get paid for their webinars. They've all been doing as many webinars as me or more, but fuck those people. Fuck the O-founders. I'm taking the $108 million. And this was right after he told them he didn't want a cent. All the money that was being made by the company would go back into the company and would be distributed to all of them. And he could even pay them the commissions that they were owed from the O-Connect. So, not going well, you know? H.P. Lovecraft had nicer and friendlier dreams.
Smooth, kind of ripple so you can hold it in your hand. And then they come back, we'll have that in a month. This new team is, I want this. And they delivered to him more than he wanted. And
Oh my God.
10 times faster, 100 times faster.
Marty, you really have to stop trying to pump this up and make it sound more amazing than it actually is. It's really cringy and you have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. Again, you're just assuming. You've even admitted to as much. You're like, this is just what I think is going on. Then you go on a big rant for fucking 20 minutes.
Oh, you want that? Well, is this okay? And he goes, oh my God. I don't, and you know how much time that frees up? Because I want to tell you something. Someone that's a visionary, and I know this because I researched this kind of stuff. The Steve Jobs and all these people that made an impact. Steve Jobs, I don't think you'd want to go out to dinner with him. In some case, he was a nasty individual sometimes. Ash is a beautiful guy. Ash, given the more free time, instead of the stuff like,
I'd rather go out to dinner with Steve Jobs than Ash Mufareh any day. Just say.
Business and micromanaging, guess what he's going to do?
But yeah, Steve Jobs, he wouldn't go out to dinner with you because he's an ass. That's why.
He's going to do what he does best. He's going to get back into the creative thinking. But the beauty of it is, whatever he can think of,
Beautifulness.
he has the team to make it happen. That's mind-blowing. That's what finally happened in Apple. That's what finally happened in Microsoft. That's what finally happened in Amazon. You
compare yourself to a lot of really successful companies for a company that has made $0 in profit and has no products right now. I'm going to say, You think you're going to be the next Apple and Microsoft or Amazon? Okay.
I have a dream. Now, some of it happened accidentally, right? I mean,
I have a dream today that one day all 1.4 million founders of mine will all bow at my feet and continue to donate $108 million to me every few years so that my wife can continue to get her hair did, my son can do his martial arts classes, and I can go to the salon and spa. A dream like that, right?
Facebook started off with something. I don't think there was a master plan to be where they are now.
That's
It
what you
wasn't. That
mean.
word.
He's just an asshole. That's why he won't go out to dinner with them. Oh my God, rest in peace. I'm just finding this out now. No. That was great though. Marty's like, yeah, you wouldn't want to go out to dinner with him. He's an ass. That's
just. It was luck and things, but not here. It wasn't the plan. Ash's plan was a struggle for him to relate to his people that were working for him. And part of that is, I mean, this is my opinion, Marty DeGarmo. I don't know 100%.
I thought we weren't giving our opinions anymore. I'm so angered by this. Because I was kind of like, oh, it'd be so nice if they would cut out their fucking storytelling and just giving us their opinions in future. And they just got right to the fucking point. Then we get a whole hour webinar stream here of just Marty's opinions of what's happening. Like anybody asked Marty what his opinion was of what's happening here. I don't remember wondering. I don't really care, but I think it's funny.
What he wanted to do, when he wanted to do it, the people that were told the direction, one, weren't capable of doing it, maybe.
Shut up.
Weren't reliable, and in some cases were downright didn't care about doing it. They had
because you didn't pay the money that they needed to live while they were doing it, so they couldn't do anything. Here's a secret, Marty. When you don't pay your employees in 8 months and they cannot eat, they're worried about their family and paying rent and everything else. Do you think your employees are going to give 100% to your business? They've actually done studies that prove that people that are paid what they're worth will work harder for the company than people that are paid under what they're worth. Those people don't like to work hard. People only work as hard as what they're paid. Okay? They consider that to be what they're worth. That's all they'll give. It's like people that work minimum wage jobs, they'll be like, oh, I'm doing the bare minimum here. I'm only making minimum wage. Fuck it. I don't blame them. You can't not pay people and then shit on them. It makes me so mad. How do you do this? And then look in the mirror. Do you
another agenda? That could be. But
the
difference for all of you, and I hope this really makes you feel good, because it does me. That's why I'm fired up. Is Ash Mufareh is being over-delivered to him.
Oh my God.
No joke. I can tell by the way he acts. I can tell by the way he texts. Yeah, I asked for this. And you remember Ash came on last week and said,
you can tell by the way he talks and you can tell by the way he acts that his technicians are over-delivering to him. Do you not understand how insane that sounds? Are you like a professional Ash Mufareh body language interpreter? Like, how do you say something like that and not realize how ridiculous you are?
Okay, we're going to be going into our OES anytime after Friday. And there'll be step 1, step 2, step 3. You're going to be able to go in, say thank you.
Hey, am I crazy? Because Ash said that you would be able to log in any day from October 4th thereafter, and nobody could log in until like the 6th. So how is anything done early and more quickly, and how are these techs over-delivering? Like, how does that not tell you that it's not being over-delivered, but then how Ash is acting somehow tells you that it is. That's insane.
Step 2 could be a few days later, you're going to see your wallet. A few days later, you're going to see your profile area. In other words, things are just going to,
Now,
what
listen,
happens?
sweet God, as somebody that's also on the spectrum, allegedly, we can't know anything about behavior analysis or how people work because we are all too disabled to understand social cues. Apparently, the people out here in the world don't understand that there are autists that literally all we do is hyper focus on understanding human behavior and social cues. So I get these hate messages all the time that are like, why should we listen to you, Queen? You have autism. How would you know about behaviors and how people are? So why should we listen to you about, bitch, I have spent my entire life literally only studying human behavior. I went to college for 2 years, became a social service worker, worked in the field for a while. I don't how much more could I be studying human behavior? So just to let you know, just be careful of that. All of my mentors were wrong. I need to put them in the bin and be mentored by Marty. That must be what the problem is. I can tell by the way Ash walks that it wasn't his ear tag that was removed. He went from praising Allah to being Jewish.
Saturday, all of the items were there at one shot.
Were they?
Over-delivered, but they over-delivered to him. Now this is my opinion.
So why didn't he deliver it to the rest of us?
And the way I see Ash Mufareh, and I've been around a long time with him, is now he's going, we're going to go there. In fact, not only are we going to go there, this might even exceed what I wanted. Like with the bells and whistles and all different stuff. You know what, I was hoping we could do something like that. Oh, not only can we do that, we can do this. That's the kind of people, this team, and I hope they see some of these great things. So many comments that we have copied comments and sent it to Ash so he knows, but he knows he's overwhelmed with the gratitude of everybody here.
Oh, well, that's nice. At least if the techs aren't getting paid, then Ash is showing them all of the nice comments. They can just get paid in nice comments. How come the other technicians didn't find that to be suffice? Huh, those assholes, they suck.
Anyway, Christmas.
Wait a minute.
I want to move on to talking about other people.
Wait a minute. Marty, you there? Where'd you go?
Yeah, I said go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a message from Jane. They're going to be late on their live. They got caught in traffic, so they'll be a little late. So if we go over a little.
Oh my God, what are we going to do? The whole world must stop. Jane and Red are going to be late to do their live. They have texted Chris to let him know, to let the people know they're going to be late. Will everyone be able to wait for this live stream to commence when it commences? I mean, what are we going to do in the meantime?
Well, it's not so bad if Collins comes on here, and we can add just some more stuff. So, Jane and Red, I hope you guys are okay. Let me say something more special. More special. Every day we're going to do a special. I want to talk about.
Stop making up words and sayings. You suck at it.
My brother, David Switzer.
It's more special and beautifulness.
Okay. You heard us talk about Judy Miller yesterday. I want to say something about David Switzer because my brother David, me and Marty and Dave, we mess with each other all the time. Dave's got a background like myself, worked many years.
How do you guys have the time to do anything else when you're all just sitting around messaging each other all day? Lord.
All kind of things. He worked himself up to a management position. He likes motors. He likes fixing things. He likes doing everything. As much as I mess with David Switzer, I can't tell you he's one of the thousands and thousands of people that I can't wait to see this go viral. Why? Because His number one concern is I just want to be able to retire my wife so we can spend a lot more time together. I'm going to give it all. I love that. Family man. David Switzer, I love you no matter how much I mess with you. Yes, Detroit Lions will kick your team's butt, Chicago, whatever team it is.
I'm going to add something. I'm going to add something too.
And he is, David.
Oh,
I'm going to let the gumbo, as I say. You
So
say.
funny.
Talk a little bit about you. Go ahead, Marty.
No, this all stems back to people that think they're insignificant. Years ago, Dave would come on, and I can't do that. I don't really know how to. It drove me insane. Dave would come on and talk. And
Here's the thing: nobody in Onpassive is insignificant. Every single person matters, and I think that they matter so much that they can be successful in their lives without Onpassive, without you, without Ash telling them what to do every step of the way. You're the ones that told them that they would never amount to anything in life unless they have you guys and Onpassive and Ash. So I don't really believe that you think that they're all important people. They're only important if they serve you, right? Otherwise, they suck. I think they're important, and I don't even care if they subscribe to me or not. I just think they should leave this thing and stop waiting around and not pour any more money into it, because they've already paid $97 US. That's 3 months worth of pay for some of the people that you preyed on. But you sit here and you go, it's nothing, it's pennies, because it's nothing for you in the US of A. $100 isn't seen as a lot. In PNG, that's 3 months of pay that they put into this. That's how much you would pay for an engagement ring to propose to your spouse, future spouse. Okay. Like it's a lot. That's a lot of money. All right. Yeah. If you weren't aware, they say that you should spend 3 months of salary on an engagement ring. Maybe that's why some of you aren't married. No, I'm just joking. That was a joke. I know I'm insulting you all, but that was a joke. But the thing is, like, I don't feel like you guys think very highly of these people. Because I couldn't imagine, like, telling the people here in my chat that they could not live their lives without watching me and my content. I appreciate all of them being here. We have a great time. But it's like they don't need to be here. Like, I don't feel like other than some comedy here and there and updates on this scam, I don't feel like I'm providing them anything that they would have to get from me, in order to survive off the internet, especially. But you guys are really thinking that people need Onpassive and need to be a part of this if they want success. And that's not really having faith in anyone here, is it? Not very empowering.
Beautiful thing that he said. And at the end, he'd say, well, I'm not good at this. Well, you can't go do something good and then say you're not good at it. David's good. David's a pillar of Onpassive. Judy Miller, very quiet, always in the background, always supportive. What would this company do without the Judy Millers? And they're not out doing videos. Look, I've never pushed people, hey, go do a live. You know why? Stepping out of your comfort zone is stepping out of the comfort zone that you would like to do, but you're afraid to do it. Not what I'd like you to do and you're afraid to do it.
This whole thing where MLMs and people in hustle culture tell you to step outside of your comfort zone, there's some facts to it that it's good to step outside of your comfort zone sometimes. And feeling a certain amount of anxiety, for example, is healthy. There is such thing as healthy anxiety and all that. But at the same time, the reason why these people tout on it so much is because oftentimes they're asking you to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Like buy a product without seeing it first. That's not a decision most people would make. So it's to push you to not listen to your red flags. It's to push you to think every time that you're following this and you're feeling your intuition screaming at you to get out of this, you're supposed to ignore that. There's a reason why we all have a fight or flight response. There's a reason why our intuition yells at us. But cults, and especially commercial cults, MLMs, really push you to ignore that. I beg you not to. Listen to your intuition. If you're ever in a situation and on the inside it starts screaming at you to get the fuck out of there, get out. Do not ignore that. Don't ignore that. Don't give them that power. Because letting go of that and ignoring that, you do that so many times, you don't get that warning anymore. And trust me, I'm a little bit of an expert on the fight or flight response, all right? So, like, don't ignore it. There's a reason why it exists, all right? It goes all the way back to cavemen times when we had to be warned because there was a big animal coming to eat us like a woolly mammoth, all right? And we got a feeling inside like, get out of this area now, danger is coming. It's there to warn you. Listen to it. Please do not give that up. And there is, like I said, it's okay to step out of your comfort zone in some regards. You know, if you want to do YouTube, for example, and that's a goal of yours, and you don't really like public speaking, which is often the example they use, stepping out of your comfort zone and kind of like popping that cherry and just going and doing it really, really works. You know, it's a good thing to do. But if you've never wanted to do that, and then you're in a community that's pushing you to do that, and you don't feel comfortable, and then they say to you, well, what's your problem? Why won't you step out of your comfort zone? You're allowed to be like, I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't want to do that. That's not something I'm interested in. Imagine if I was like, the only way you could be here is if all of you have to do a YouTube video talking about how amazing my channel is and how amazing I am. And if you don't want to do it, too bad. Step out of your comfort zone. You guys would be like, fuck you, queen. No, I'm not doing that. Bye. Like, what the hell? I don't want to be a YouTuber. I just want to watch you talk about stuff. What? You know, like you should never be pushed into doing something that you don't want to do, and you should never, ever be told to ignore that feeling. If anyone tells you to ignore these instincts, be weary of it.
Who would like to do it? Because I'm telling you right now, I got a little crystal ball here. I don't want to show it in case you guys try to steal it. But when I look at people, all of us, everybody I've ever met, there's something deep inside you about Onpassive. You think, you know, I think I could do that, but no way am I going to do it. That's the box you got to step out of. Not mine or not my idea. You know what you need to do is this and this. It's a good gesture because people came out and they showed their face. But everybody here, engineer Shashante, okay? Every day.
It's a lot harder to walk away from something like this when your face is attached to it. It's creepy. The shinning the light, although we joke about it, it is a cult tactic. It is. So, ugh, gross.
He does something. Every day he's working with people. He goes everywhere. There's no different countries. We're all one. Narelle, I could go down the list. Narelle is a working soldier. She never gives up. Never. And I think some people, and I'm not necessarily talking about Narelle, do a lot.
There's not giving up, and then there's being loyal to something that does not serve you and actually harms you. In which case, it's okay to give up, by the way. You know, that whole don't ever give up. Yeah, that only works if you're in something positive that actually does empower you and change your life for the better. But if you're in something that's draining all your time, you've been promised commissions for a year, the thing's being sued by a governing agency that stops fraud, the man pocketed all the money, employees are owed wages for 6 months, and your entire shit just crashed, and now you're slowly trying to rebuild it. That's not giving up, as Jen says. That's escaping. That's leaving a cult. That's not you giving up a dream. That's you saying, I am not going to be taken advantage by this man anymore. He is not going to get a moment of my time ever again. And he's not going to get 1 more cent of my money. Especially since he can't even pay the friggin' employees that he's hired for their work. And then we're going to shame them on future webinars and say that they sucked at their work. Again, remember, they were amazing when they were first hired. And you're all amazing right now. But if you walk away from this, they don't care about you. And no, Ash is not going to be giving you a cent. He already had $108 million. How much was given to you? Not even 1 cent of that went back into the company. So why do you think that this man is not just going to pocket all the money again? Especially since you've all allowed him to get away with it the first time. You don't even bring it up to him. None of you say, I've been owed commissions from my O-Connect for a year. Where is it? So why wouldn't he just keep doing that to you? He doesn't have to pay you your commissions. He doesn't even have to put these fucking products up. Look how happy you are. Just dangle a little shiny object in front of your face and you guys go, I love Ash Mufareh. I love Onpassive. Please do this more to me. No, it's like, hurt me, daddy. Like, come on. Come on. You deserve better. As an O founder, you deserve to know the truth of what's going on with this, which you're not being given. And you deserve your commissions owed. Those employees deserve their wages that they were promised, that they all signed employment contracts for. But now this man wants me to give a fuck about his NDA contract? You signed contracts with employees you don't want to pay. You think I'm supposed to fucking honor your NDA? Even if I did sign it in my real name? No. How come you're allowed to break contracts, Ash? Fuck you. When you start honoring those employee contracts and pay them their money, then maybe people will honor your NDA. Until then, you don't deserve it. They demanded pay. The audacity of people wanting to be paid the wages they were promised, that they literally signed a contract saying they would get. How dare they? How dare they? Marty is very humble because he has so much to be humble about. I mean, you ain't wrong, Stricardo, okay? He's got a lot to be humble about. There's power in numbers, founder unite, and demand answers. And that's the thing, is it's almost like they won't. Like, they really don't care that they're being taken. And these two don't care because they were the first to sign up. Yeah, the only people that are making money on these is the O-founders that they list off that are doing streaming. The rest of these people aren't going to make a cent. But Marty and Chris will make a lot of money if you guys just keep watching their channels and don't leave. So, of course, they're going to talk this thing up like this is the most amazing thing that's ever happened. Will you ever see them read the SEC litigation on the screen and talk about it, though? Because that would be being transparent about your business practices. Ash only brought it up once. And it was on the webinar I went up on. The only reason why he brought it up is because he knew I was going up there to bring it up. Otherwise, he wouldn't have even mentioned it. He tried to get ahead of me. Did a little PR stunt talking about it and telling you guys that it was no big deal. Then let me come up. Because he knew that one of the first things I was going to say is, hey, man, what's going on with you being sued for $108 million by the SEC for fraud and unregistered securities? They say you pocketed all the money. Otherwise, he didn't even have enough respect for you to tell you about that. But you're still sitting here like he's the best man in the whole world. I love Ash Mufareh. He's so honest. He's so transparent. Silence is the reason the 108 million went missing, because he knows that he knows that he controls all of them and that they won't say anything. And they all bow down to him. And they'll all gladly hand him over more money when he says he needs OConnect. I guarantee it. If this thing gets back up and running this month and he does the OConnect again, he's going to ask them all for a payment. And it's $250 US every 4 months. Like, but for people in PNG to sign up, it was 3 months' wages. Now he wants almost a year of their wages. Several times a year for OConnect. And you think people are going to be able to pay that? Your own O founders can't even pay it. So no one's going to be making money in this thing. It's all a bust. And the thing is, you two know this. You can't claim ignorance anymore. There was a time where you could. And I told you. Damn it, I told you both. I said, this is the time you got to leave now. Because if you continue down this road and then you further attach yourself to that man, you're fucked. You're just as much of an asshole as he is. And we're at that point, especially when you come out here every day talking about how close you are to him and how you text with him every day about what's going on. It's only a matter of time before the SEC starts on your front door. Hey, Marty, Chris, do you have 108 million that you can hand back to the O founders? What would happen if all of the O founders that you signed up decided to start a lawsuit on you? Would you be able to pay for it? Because Ash isn't going to give you a cent. He's already spent the 108 million. And he's already pocketed all your OConnect commissions. Yeah, the merchant can only take 65% for up to 6 months. And then it has to be returned to him. But where did the other percentage go? In his pocket? He didn't pay that to you guys, right? You still don't have your money. So now you can't claim ignorance. So you know what's going on here. You know it's a big scam. But this is the only one you got left, right, Marty? Because you've already done 20 years or 35 years of scamming, depending on which live stream you watch of yours. So this one better pay out. I don't know if Don's going to stay if it doesn't.
Other work and they don't feel appreciated.
You got more grandkids to raise, sir.
My why, part of my why,
oh, not this
is
again.
letting people know, letting them know you matter. You matter to me. And if I know Ash Mufareh as well as I think I do, people matter more to him than how big his bank account is.
Here's the sad thing, Marty. You don't know Ash Mufareh at all. You only know the Ash Mufareh that he wants you to know. Because Ash Mufareh is a real big malignant narcissist. And we're going to be getting into that a little bit this upcoming week. So Ash isn't showing you who he is. We don't see who Ash actually is. We see the mask that he portrays. And he doesn't want you and Chris to leave. You're his biggest hype man. So he'll tell you anything that you need to hear to think that he's the most amazing man in the world and that he's giving you everything that he's promised. You know? So it doesn't even matter what he says to you. He's just lying. They're making O coins. They're going to be rich. They're going to be rich with O coins. They should know what the Securities and Exchange Commission is. And if they don't, then they should want to look into it. Instead of trying to learn all the products, why don't you go and learn about the agencies that regulate the businesses that you want to run? Just a thought. How quickly will Ash move the new round of funds to his hidden accounts? Oh, a lot of the money's been moved to crypto. He still has a lot of it in crypto, and he has a lot of crypto. But do you think that he'll pull out that crypto and pay anyone their O-Connect commissions? No. No, that won't happen. That's right. You see the love bombing guy. Yeah, you just see that guy. You just see the cult leader. They don't know who Ash actually is. He's not actually their friend. I know he says it a lot because we memed it.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
So now he's trying to take it back, and he says it all the time again. But you're only seeing Ash with a mask. You're not actually seeing the real Ash. This isn't just about money. It's also about stealing people's valuable time and trapping them, believing they'll have a better life. False hopes, and that's not fair. And that's the thing. That's the stuff that you can never get back. And the letdown of having to come to the conclusion that everything that you've just dreamed is not going to happen. It put me back into a depression when I went through it. I went back to therapy. I hadn't been in therapy in a little bit. I was taking a little bit of a break. And I was like, holy shit, I need to go back to therapy. It re-triggered my PTSD and everything. It was a very hard time to go through. It was awful. Whole world felt like it was crashing. I don't wish that on any of them. But that's what happens when you're in these. And you get pumped up with all that false hope. Right? Because it never materializes. Ash doesn't think crypto is tracked by the government. Crypto can be tracked for the most part. That's right. Especially when you're funneling from your wife's account into the crypto accounts. And they're already looking at yours in your wife's account, you know? My name is Ash Mufareh, and I have your money. You might as well just say that and then be like, so fuck all of you, and then shut it all down. That would be hilarious. Not fun, but hilarious. False hope for the future, typical narcissist behavior. It is. It's actually scary how much Ash is a narcissist. They've seen the real Ash on the private meeting leak. See, that's Ash, right? Exactly. That asshole that you see, that's probably more Ash. But the guy that they talk to every day in text messages and stuff, that's not him. You know, that's not him. It's not. And it's kind of sad because they're all like, oh, we're such close friends. But it's like, you're not. And that sucks too, by the way. That also sucks to think that you finally found your people and that they care about you and they really want success for you. And then you have to come to the realization that all of those people were just love bombing you. And then you leave and they start blocking you. And they start telling you that you're a piece of shit all of a sudden. And you're like, I was so awesome. I don't know how many times in my life I've been in a group of people that pumped me up and said I was the most awesome person in the world. And then I didn't comply with their bullshit. So then I became the worst person in the world. It happens to me a lot. I think by now I'm kind of used to it. But when I left MLMs, that was the first time that had ever happened to me, other than in an abusive relationship. It was like, how do all these people, like literally yesterday, they're telling me that they believe in me, I'm amazing, they love me, we're family. And now today, because I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. Now all of a sudden, I'm an awful person. Like, what the hell? I haven't changed. I'm just not in this thing anymore. Just not in the group. It's hard. It's a hard thing to go through. It sucks. But I got to say, I'm so glad that I went through that and got through that, and that I am not still sitting in these MLMs searching for the one that will finally give me everything that was promised with all that false hope. It's just sad that Marty's still doing it, and sad that now Chris has started doing it. You know, I wish that they would wake up, as CC says. Which year will they give up? Probably 2035. I have a feeling that they'll stick this out for a long, long time. They're like, we've finally made it. In what sort of mess up world would anyone value Marty and Chris's friendship? Not while they're in this anyway. That's the other thing, is that these friendships aren't real. Because again, they're only about this. Like, do they ever write Marina and ask her how she's doing lately? No. But when she was in there, she was like their sister. They loved her. Wanted to know everything that she was doing in her life. So just think about it. And then when you leave, by the way, all those things that you told them about your life, they'll use against you to say that you're a shit person. Like, I became an awful mom, you know. Like, I was an amazing mom when I was posting a picture of my daughters using Sensi. And then when I was no longer doing that, I was allegedly the worst mom in the world, you know. They're only saying good things about you for as long as you stay there. They don't actually care about you, you know. And it's sad. It's all just fake. They say fake it till you make it, right? Ash is so narcissistic that I really think he believes in most of the things he says. I think he might too. And yeah, Marina is a traitor now. They've even called her a scammer. You know? But she was fabulous when she was there. And I don't know about you, but if I'm ever in a group of people and they're like love bombing someone, and then all of a sudden that person leaves, and then they all of a sudden all hate the person, and they're all like, yeah, we haven't liked that person for ages, blah, blah, blah. I also leave that group. Go ask Steve Narasen. I'll walk right the fuck away. I'll be like, don't ever talk to me again. I don't want to be in this fucking group. You people turn on each other like so fast. I don't want nothing to do with that. Lord, but then I piss you off and then you're covering me. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And that's the same thing. You know, don't let people treat you like that. You deserve better. And you do deserve to find your people that are actually your people. Not just people that are pretending to be your people because they want something from you. And I'm not even saying leave them and come over here and join our people. You don't even have to do that. Just leave there and do better for yourself. That's all I ask. We'll be right back. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS, pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper, Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. We get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you sexual endorphin spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the foot fetish Fantasia spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. Yes, thank you. And we haven't even reached the part of this that pisses me off yet, and I've already gone off 10 times. So I hope you're in for a ride today. So many scams that operate like Onpassive with real products. I wonder why Ash didn't pick up on that. There are literally so many scams like his. Like there's a million of these ecosystems, right? With products that you can use to run your business. Most of the coaching MLMs also have it. Ella said the Onpassivians feel they are valued by Marty and Chris. They feel stroked and preened, whilst in actuality, they're being groomed. And that's a good word for it. A lot of people think that grooming is just something that happens to children by adults that have nefarious reasons. Grooming is really just a word for a long-term process of manipulation that involves somebody being in a position of power over you. So you could say that these guys are grooming the O-founders, or that Ash is grooming all of them. And you would be right to say that. It's really just long-term manipulation is someone in a position of power. And it's usually a slow process that involves, like I said, like a long time of slow manipulation. Hey, Joe, good to see you. So let's continue on with this.
You know how I know that? The last 6 years when he was focusing on building this dream for us, how many millions could he have made if he was looking out just for his wife and kids?
Well, I can actually answer that question for you, Marty. He made $108 million, pocketed that with his wife and kids, and then whatever money he made off of your O-Connect. But I can say he's made at least $108 million, and he said he deserved it because he worked so hard. I'm sure you don't have a problem with the fact that he's pocketing all the money from here, though, right? Because you probably think that he worked all hard for it, too. Like, what do you mean?
There wouldn't be any gray hair. There wouldn't be sleepless nights. He wouldn't have got a bladder infection because he was on some kind of competition. How long can I go without going to the bathroom? And it's just who he was, the drive. It's so funny that he had more drive for us than some of us do. I'm going to give you another.
Wait, he got an ear tag because he waited a long time to go to the bathroom? What are you talking about?
And this is people that I kid with. But when I kid with you, that means I love you. And I respect you. Mamadou. Mamadou is such a cool guy. Okay, he
I
comes
mean, they got Boogie to tattoo his face. Maybe we could.
on, he jokes, he laughs, he came on seriously and gave a speech the other day. I was blown away. But I knew anybody that has that much heart and that much care for other people, it's inside him. And he came out and said something.
Oh my God. Do you know how much I would help the world with $108 million? Like, I only need 1 million and I would be set for fucking life if I had $108 million. The rest of that would be completely going back into my community. I would be opening up agencies, organizations. I would give water filtration systems to some of these people that Ash promised them to. Like, I have so many ideas. Remember, I was in social work before I did this. So that's always been my thing, is helping people. If I had $108 million, man, the changes to our world. I don't know how the fuck you pocket and then spend $108 million and you don't even put 1 cent back into the company that you're allegedly running to make more money from. I don't know how you could be that stupid. Because, like, if you're running a business, you should also probably put some of that money back into it. That's business 101. Like, the first thing you learn is that you're supposed to put a percentage of the money you make back into the business. It's literally like the first thing you learn about earning in a business. And he didn't even do that. And that was the bare minimum. He actually made statements saying he didn't need any money. He was just going to take all the money he made and then put it back into the company and give it all to you. 108 of you could have had $1 million. But you don't. That's you, Marty. You and Chris would have definitely been millionaires if he had kept his promise. But he took it and pocketed it instead. And you're not even mad. You're like, we love him. He's so amazing. Look at all he does for us. This man is literally fucking you up the ass every night and you're thanking him. Like, this is ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous.
And I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. That's the person.
Blowing you all right.
That when he did it, and I went back to him, I said, man, that was phenomenal. Yeah, there's kidding, there's all that, but everybody has that. Everybody. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Whatever it is in you that you say, you know, I would like to.
And do you think that any of that crypto is going back into the company? No. It's only in crypto because he thinks he's hiding it. That's the only reason. And so, again, he could just keep it all for himself. Probably also so that he doesn't have to pay taxes on it. Because if he has $108 million in his bank account for too long, you know, the IRS is going to be like, hey, where's our cut? Which he probably didn't pay. Just saying. $108 million in the Onpassive lockbox. I need autocorrect too, because I type really fast, so sometimes it messes up.
I would like to do this.
Take care, Barry.
Take one step towards that. Whatever that is, whatever that little thing. Oh, there's no safer place to be caught naked as Onpassive.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? There's no safer place to let people see you make a mistake if that's what you think it is.
Okay, but they're not just doing it for Onpassive though. It's still public. Because usually what you're asking them to do when you're telling them to step outside of their comfort zone is send you in one of the shitting the light videos. And then you put that video up on your channel. And then they're literally there for the whole world to see. So they're not just in this like safe space and community within Onpassive to be naked. It's like you're telling them to get naked and then you're revenge porning them all over the internet. We can't be doing that, Marty, okay? Don't be doing that.
Listen, when I'm talking, and I'll go in and I'll talk to even a trivia, whatever. In my mind, I'm not.
I was like, Ash isn't even here, and somehow we're still talking about naked people.
I'm not thinking, well, I better be perfect because they might laugh.
Right?
Never. In a lot of other situations in the world where we go, you have to be up. You have to be perfect. At least you feel that way. Passive, relaxed. People say the dumbest answers. I'm one of them. Chris is, all right, I'm going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But Chris does. But you know what we do? We all laugh. Chris, the only thing I got mad about Chris, because he was on that.
You all laugh, and then we all laugh at you. It's a great time.
That level of his out was, well, I'm just a crazy guy, and I don't know nothing. I'm not technical. I told him if he keeps doing it, I won't go on live with him. This is no joke. Because, yeah, you might be a funny guy. You might be, everybody loves him. He lightens the room. But you cannot approach people with that's all you are, because that's not all he is. You guys know it. Everybody here knows it.
Do we?
Well, I don't do that. I'm not able to stop saying that.
I love it when people tell me what I know.
You're able. Everybody's able. You just got to convince yourself you're worth it and you can do it. I don't mean to preach, but I am somebody that was less likely. There we go right there. I just peed myself. Less likely to succeed. I was in school. I wasn't good at it. I didn't like it. I was bored. But when I got a passion for something and reality set in, I said, I got to make an income. I have to move up in life. Then I had a competition. And what I'm telling everybody here, start a competition. Competition is good, a healthy competition. But this competition I want you to have with yourself. Get in competition with yourself today and force yourself to be a better you tomorrow.
Man, that's going to suck. You're already in competition, allegedly, with 1.4 million people to sell this shit. Now you got to also compete with yourself?
Not a better Marty, not a better Chris, because if you do that, you take that one step, and because we have a platform where really you can't make any mistake unless you lie.
What?
If you make a mistake because you said something wasn't quite right, you did it by, everybody knows the heart of a good-hearted person. And you come back. Look, if I do something or say something dumb, if I catch it, I make fun of me as fast as I can. That was a dumb freaking thing to say. I can't believe I just said that. That's fun. You don't worry about that. But everybody here, get in competition of making yourself better, whatever it takes.
Marty, the reason why people are not sending any more shitting the light is because you've already talked to everyone. It's not because they're too scared to step out of their comfort zone and make a video. All right?
And whatever it is, there's not a limit. My 10 of what I want to do is not the same as yours, but your 10's the same value. Everybody's value is the same. Just keep chasing you. Chase who you want to be. Because if you don't think ahead or believe, what good is life? What good is life if you can't do it? Listen, I don't need to travel.
Hustle culture is so weird. They're like, unless you're in our company, there's no way that you've been working on yourself and trying to be the person you want to be in life. Nobody ever does that. Everyone just wakes up like zombies and goes to 9-to-5 jobs like a bunch of chumps. It's so weird. So usually people are working on themselves, aren't they?
Around the world. Because in here, if I can travel around the world here and in here, and then when I'm able to go different places, you can absorb so much more. So everybody is Myra Aquino. We're going to do somebody. Myra, I'm going to give you an example. You go up, you see this lady. She has broken English. And you might think,
Yeah, because not everywhere in the world has English as the first language, Marty. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Like, who cares if she has broken English? What's the point of that? I don't understand. Maybe English isn't her first language. If you have broken English and you don't speak English as a first language, are you automatically less intelligent than the rest of the world, Marty? News to me. I'm going to have to tell the people of Quebec.
well, she doesn't know. She's not an American.
Be
I'm
pissed.
telling you right now, there's very few people, man and woman, in Onpassive, they're as sharp as she is. Flat out. Flat out. Is there a communication thing? Whatever. Another example, you have people, we're doing trivia. A lot of the trivia questions are United States.
Yeah.
We got people from Canada, India answering the question. And those American people sitting there going, duh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's because I don't want to sound rude or anything, but yeah, other countries learn more about the USA than the USA learns about themselves and other countries. You'd be surprised how many people don't actually know what the First Amendment does. There are all these people yelling about their freedoms and stuff. How they want to get Bibles back.
Eric Kessler. He's the best trivia guy I've ever seen. No doubt. Is he competitive? You freaking right he is. That's part of the fun. So, but he can answer just about anything, and he remembers all that. He can take that, because also when he does that, he's the type of person that retains the knowledge. And look, I know a lot of useless information, but a lot of it doesn't help me, but it does help you think. Use your mind. Keep using stuff. Do not compare. Look, I'm not going to go compare myself to Einstein. That would be a waste of my time and a waste of my life. But I'm going to push this to the limit. I'm telling you, there's nights where I'm doing a bunch of stuff.
I fear, Marty, that you already have.
At the same time, and my brain hurts. I feel like I was weightlifting in my head. That's a good thing. Make yourself think. The older we get, pump stuff up. I want to do that. I'm going to look at
Jen's
this.
got the joke. Jen's got the joke. That's a big thing right now. They're like, we want our freedoms, First Amendment rights. Put the Bibles back in school. And haven't you read the First Amendment? No? Okay.
I'm going to do. Right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs
You
on
need Trump to read it
Chrome,
again.
and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tabs open in Firefox, and all of them I'm working with today. And then Chris calls, and we talk about something else. So I got to go back and try to remember.
Oh my God, I'm a fucking genius. I just found out to Marty, I am a genius. I constantly have like 20 tabs open. I have color-coded groups on my browser. I'm talking to people on Discord at the same time. And sometimes I'll even be reading stuff. I must be a fucking genius, Marty.
No, but it's just, but I do that to myself. Why? I love it. I love being involved. I love seeing everybody. I love hearing stuff. But here's where Chris helps me. I'm working on these little crazy stuff, and he's telling me, oh, by the way, this one was this. Oh, yeah, okay, I forgot. Because I'm focused on something different. That's why you team up with somebody. But anyway, all of you are amazing, amazing. I want to meet more people. Shine the light. I said this before. What time is it? 10:42. Shine the light. Once again, it's going to prove what I've said. We're shining the light on other people, but the reflection is so bright. And what I mean by reflection is Chris will tell you, what we're getting back from what we're pushing forward is way beyond what we're giving.
Well, I got to tell you right now, Marty, you did a Shin the Light with Sherry a while ago. And she really hasn't gotten that many subs since. So I think that your Shin the Light system is failing. Otherwise, Sherry would have thousands upon thousands of subscribers. Because according to you, everyone's supposed to subscribe to the person that comes on Shin in the Light. Or are we just being crappy to poor Sherry again? Like, what is the point of the shitting the lights? It's so that you can get money and clicks off of their videos. It's once again you using them for your own success. It's just they don't realize it yet because they seem to believe that you're fucking propping them up on a platform and that's going to help them. But we all know why you actually do it. Right? But ads on it, you make money off of their videos. Do you give them the money from those videos, Marty? To help them out, especially since some of them are, in places where it costs them 3 months to pay the $97. Like, probably not. So we know what's up.
We might give people the spotlight, but the return is mind-blowing. Lystra, I keep saying names. Lystra's an amazing woman. She's always been positive. I never heard her say anything negative or bad about somebody else.
Only me.
Only me. Everybody does Chris because we can't help it, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, but she's an amazing woman. Very smart, witty, asks questions if she doesn't know. She's like me. If she doesn't care what she if she makes a mistake, if I make a mistake, it's funny. Gina Leva. She's in every webinar.
All right, cool. It's funny. So then say, you know what, guys? We really made a mistake with this Onpassive thing. Isn't that funny? And then quit. It's funny, Marty.
She's probably one of the biggest cheerleaders in Onpassive that walks.
Yeah.
But even on top of that, she's a sharp lady. I don't even need to say lady and man. She's a sharp person. When I say sharp, it's because then it sounds like I'm comparing. She's sharp. She's sharp. Even
we'll be right back after Marty goes through an entire love bombing session.
Though she's a lady. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, sharp, gets things done. And you know what's the most powerful thing? If people trust you. And you know why people sometimes don't trust you? Because you don't.
No.
That's why be confident. Be who you are. People will want to.
Really, because you told them that you're a part of the next big tech giant 6 years ago. And now you're like, hey, we're finally able to log into our second version of the OES. So they're like, I don't know if I can trust you.
Hear you if they believe you believe in what you're saying. Anyway, I'm done for right now. I'll turn it over to Chris because I'm gonna go through some.
So here's what we talked about this morning a little bit. I'll give you a little sneak peek. We would like to start bringing out more people like we just did today, not only to tell the truth about them and how much we feel about how much we appreciate them, even though they're behind the scenes. Every day we're going to bring a few people out. Now, and I don't want everyone to bang me. Sorry.
See what I mean? And by the way, take the children out of your room because
if you have someone that you feel maybe deserves a shout out, I would like you to send me their name in Facebook Messenger, not email, because I got too many things I got to look at right now. In Messenger, their name and why you think they're so special. And I promise you, I will read it out on our live because it'll make me feel good. Because some people
real quick, and I'll turn.
That's so awesome. I'm so glad that you've offered to read out messages of people and why they're cool on your live so that you feel good. That's awesome, Chris.
Right back over. So you remind me, and if I don't say it, I'll forget. We have many, many, many videos that I haven't done yet for Shine the Light. So I want you to keep coming with them.
Yep.
I also got requests of one video that people like, and they want me to do it in 8 different languages. So it's going to take me a while, but that's why I say, I'm going to say it again. Subscribe and ring the bell so you can get the notifications because I can't remember. I can't go get the person every time it's ready. Doing all that takes too much time where I can be just putting the videos out there. And
What?
if you ring the bell, you get a notification. You don't have to go. At least you know, oh, something was posted. But a lot of them will be around the clock and all that. But I'm just saying, yeah, we're killing it, really. Go ahead, Chris.
You know who's on here? My brother, my lovely brother, who I love, Joe Uramberry from PNG. We love you more. We love you more, Joe. I need you to get a video in here. I'm calling you out, my brother. I know you might have a little issues.
You
with
heard him,
PNG,
Joe.
Trying to get things out. Do whatever you can. We didn't do Joe yet. Did Joe not send us a video yet? He's the guy that sits in the car, usually with a naked kid in the middle.
Everybody knows who Joe is.
So
And
Joe,
by the way,
What?
all of the PNG, anybody in PNG, some of you might not be able to log in yet. Because this is worldwide, it might take a while. One thing you want to do to help is clear out your history. You might even want to clean your disk.
I'm
Go
wondering.
look up on YouTube if you don't know how to do it. Don't take my word for it. Everybody's got different computers. It's very simple. Do it. Reboot your computer. You might be surprised. There might be OES staring you in the face.
Yeah.
And that's it. Go ahead, Chris.
Also, someone just texted me. Chris, can you send me your personal mobile number? No, I can't. I get enough calls through Facebook Messenger. Guys, there's times where I have important phone calls coming in for me, doctor's appointments, or my kids. That's why I do not give out that number. Marty's got my number. A few others have that number, but I can't share that with everybody because I will never be able to sleep, or if I might miss an important call.
Yeah, please don't.
I want to let you all know, no matter what your issue is, it will be addressed. It will be addressed. Ash is not moving forward until these are addressed. But when it does happen and you address it and he knows everything's going strong, you better check that update section. I'm not sure if Collins is coming on today because he's really late. It's 12 minutes to 11. I know Red's going to be a little late. Like I said, they got caught in traffic. But I want to tell you this. And this is what Collins was supposed to say. I just want to reiterate what Marty said. The strength of our ecosystem to handle that much volume, and it didn't even blink, should show you where Ash Mufareh has taken this company to. You know how many?
You have never seen a bigger pick-me in life than Jean Oliva. She drives me nuts. The comment section, she just sucks up to everybody so hard. Like, her nose must be so brown. Marty, don't get me started about Myra. There's nothing broken about her. She is extraordinary. There's something weird about them, like, fetishizing other people who aren't from the US. Like, it's so weird. Like, that it's almost like they think that anyone not in the US is, like, beneath them. And they'll be like, wow, like, the people from Canada, they can be really smart sometimes. And, like, this person who doesn't have English as a first language, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it, but they actually are smart and cool. And it's so weird.
Google it. Do you know how many startup companies, IT or tech companies, tried starting up, and what did they do? They crashed. They crashed and they burned. Ash Mufareh says, not us. He found some amazing individuals, and my God, we got a million great names for them. But they're putting us right where we should have been 2 years ago. Ash will say it. Marty says it. I'll say it. He's glad what happened. Not glad, but it brought him to a different location and realized sometimes bad things happen for a reason, and it took him to another level. It took us all to another level, and I'm so fired up about that. So why don't we take the next? It's 11 to 11. Let's share some comments. I'll read them out, and we love every one of you. And I will spotlight. Remember what I said? Send me some names with a writing about them, and I'll read it.
Hey, here we go. Listen, it's Chocolate Thunder. Mama Dew's here. I call him Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, we have nicknames for everybody on the trivia show.
The most handsome man in the world, in case you don't know. This is Mama Dew, and this is what he said, Chris. And then you can start reading them. I'll put them
all
in.
right. Mamadou Jallo, I love you, brother. Yes, Mr. Marty and Cap. I'll do it his voice. Yes, Mr. Marty and Captain Chris. Thank you for reminding everyone of here have qualities that we don't think of. So please, my beloved brothers and sisters, let's try to identify our unique qualities. That's Minho. That's Mamadou's voice a little bit. I'm getting a little better at it. Eric is a walking encyclopedia. I think Eric reads the encyclopedia all day long because he knows every answer. And if he don't know the answer, he gets mad and he said, darn it, I knew that one. It's funny. You got to come in and see the actions of people. It's hilarious. Narelle, I have 13 tabs open, usually more. Well, drink those tabs up there, Narelle. That's what I used to do.
Hey, don't worry, Narelle. I'll explain to Chris what a tab is.
I know what a tab is.
I'm just kidding.
Switch. Anyone that says I love you in here, we love you back.
I honestly thought of it when I was watching parts of this earlier. I believe I even made a tweet saying it, but I thought that maybe Chris drank the night before. Maybe hasn't sobered up the whole way yet or something. So I think it's funny that you're saying this.
I want to thank Narelle Warcon. She's been taking screenshots of some of the comments we're missing. She puts it on a video. She sends it to me. I share. Share that dang thing out.
And I'm going to tell you, by the way, I'm not great at words, but this crazy lady, Narelle, I want you to picture, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's doing all this work.
Last night, I couldn't tell. Go to bed, Narelle.
Yeah, I'm like,
go to bed.
I said to Chris, we were chatting, I see a post of Narelle, and I go, why is she up? She was on my live. I was supposed to put her to bed a long time ago, but
because she cares about people. Listen, she is one of the
put her to bed
sole representatives of Australia right now. We had a lot of people in Australia. Not sure where they went. She never went anywhere, and she stuck with it. Kudos to you, Narelle, my Aussie sister. All right, Delisa Chrissy, my other favorite sister. We all have unique special gifts. You were born with unlimited potential. Together, we will make a positive impact on humanity. And Delisa, we're praying for you. I know you are in a beautiful place, and there's something coming your way. We're praying for you, my sister. Bolty Pradam, excellent session going on. Thank you, both of Brother Marty DeGarmo and Chris Johnson. You are welcome, Bolty. And feel free, because some of the things we put out, or Marty's doing, we found out some of the language isn't really saying what it's supposed to say. So maybe if you catch that, explain what I wish someone would put it in what we said today in Hindi, in Japanese, in Vietnamese, and post it out there, because maybe we're not saying the right things because we don't know.
Let me say one thing that has really hit me again.
Okay.
This hurricane that's going across the Gulf right now, this is a big, bad storm. I mean, bad. And when it's going across the Gulf, hit Category 5, 170 some mile an hour winds, and there's not a lot of wind or stuff going on. So it's bad. So we need to start hammering prayers now.
Yeah.
I even, by the way, called Ash. I said, Ash, this thing, and I know he knows the guy's a genius, but he's so wrapped up in doing stuff for us. I'm sure he knew, but I said, man, just be careful. Like if you could, it looks like a little south to him, but it's bad, really bad.
Yes.
And it's going right across Florida. Anyway, I got a special announcement. I wasn't going to say it, but I feel the presence of greatness.
What? Oh, Lord.
I was right.
Ah, there he is.
I was right, Chris.
Well, for once, Colin slept.
Yes.
Hey, Collins, I realize you have the same watch or the same clock as Mr. Mufareh. And you know what that means? Now, I know you're working on a lot of stuff. How about some input about what this amazing team has done from the shambles? Because it wasn't like it's just a plug-in, right? Tell them how powerful, and that the traffic was internal That's what Ash meant by the.
Well, Williamson, if you can't get into the ecosystem, you're told to just wait. But if I were you, I would leave this and ask them to refund you back any money that you've paid to join it.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes. So thank you, Marty. Thank you for inviting me. Sorry, I was really caught up somewhere.
This is so weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi to me, Collins. I'm Hardships.
Yes, and Chris Johnson. Yes, Marty and Chris Johnson. Oh, it's really beautiful to be among two of you. It's really great to be. I said I can't miss this. I said if it is 10 minutes, I would jump in and then just say hi and disappear. So yes, Marty, you rightly said, to take someone mess, group of people mess, and turn it into something marvelous is not easy. Remember, we were shut down. Let us remember that. And yesterday I was explaining to a lot of people who called. I said the biggest achievement in Onpassive is to come back live after it shut us down for all what happened, all the mess it caused internally. And it takes, most companies would disappear, but they took that mess, turn it around, and then bring us back live. It is very difficult. It is easy for you to repair your own work in IT or even in any job. Just imagine you are a builder. You make a mess and you leave it. You ask someone to come and repair it. The person either break it down and rebuild.
Now, Collins Manna is supposed to be a tech guy, right? As you see by his background, he is one of the O-Tech pros. And you would think that he would have more to say about the technology, or maybe he would come on and actually explain that Onpassive ecosystem message. But I doubt we'll get any of that.
It or try to patch that mess in a nice way where nobody will notice. You must be a very good builder to patch somebody's mess where they'll look at it and say, wow, they've transformed this house and it's nice, like there was nothing. This is exactly what these guys have done. It takes genius to take code and database, things that have been messed up by others, and then turn it to something that is impossible. You make it possible. It is not easy. Most often, most IT guys will go in and say,
now, see, that would make some sense if when they brought back the ecosystem, if it was better than the last one. But it's just the last version of it redone. And there's actually stuff missing and you still can't update. So that doesn't really make much sense.
What? I can't deal with that. Let's break it down and start from the beginning. But these guys, they took it and they repair it. Not only repair it, update it. Make it more robust behind. Though we cannot see it in front, but what they've done behind. And to spin it up in a short possible time is great. And that is the biggest achievement. Me, I celebrate that every day. I celebrate it. That is the biggest. Every day when I wake up, I celebrate. I say, finally, we are back. And I give kudos to those guys.
Wow.
Because it's not easy. And then going back to what Marty said, Marty, thank God you brought this up. And that's one of the things I wanted to mention. There are people who look at it and say, wow, they've started driving traffic. Wow, that request. Have they started requesting money from Onpassive? I said, no, you got it all wrong. So when they talk about 12.5 million requests, what does Mr. Ash Mufareh, that's a technical term, request? It's a request response. How we respond, how the system is responding. When we click, we log in and we navigate the system. How many times has Chris Johnson logged onto that system? How many times has Marty DeGarmo logged onto that system? Put everything together. You can have even 10,000 people, but they can log in multiple times, several times within 6 hours. They have that 12.5 million requests.
Oh my God.
It is this response that go to the database and come back, go to the database and come back. I can log out. When I log in, the system counted. I log out again, I log in, the system counted. Marty DeGarmo log out, log in. Within a short possible space of time, when the system was back on, that is the response traffic where people are logging simultaneously. How many times have I logged in? I can't, it's uncountable. The system have already counted. How many times?
That's so weird. Like, why are we just going and logging into it 10 times in a row? That's a little weird, is it not? Like, then it's almost like you're messing with the actual numbers. So then you're not getting a genuine read of like the number of people that are actually coming or using the ecosystem. Also, he's not explaining it fully. So, but I mean, what do I know? He is an OTech pro.
The DeGarmo login, uncountable. How many times? Maybe Mike Ellis, everybody, log into that system just to go through their account, check things. Oh, I've not checked. Let me go back again. And that happiness, the anxiety, the joy. Sometimes you want to sleep behind. The system is calculating and saying, wow, within that 6 hours, we had 12,000 times. That is the 12,000 times people have logged onto that system, put together collectively.
Oh my God.
And that's what I want to explain, Marty. And it's a joy to see that. So,
Marty, so now it's allegedly how many logins have happened? That's what it means?
I'll give it back to you so I don't take most of your time. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming on, Collins. And it means more coming from an IT guy that sees that part of the world. That because people, they hear traffic and they automatically think it's external traffic, and it's not. This is, like I was saying before you got here, because I wasn't sure if you'd make it, is when you log in, that's a click, that's a data, some kind of data, to go from there, and then you click on your profile. That's another data. But here's how massive it was if we put it together. If I went in, example, normal, we go in, you check 4 or 5 things, and you get out. To go to the level of 12 million in 6 days, that's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. It also shows a lot of people are engaged. That's beautiful. Be engaged. Be ready, because we're about to take a trip of a lifetime for sure.
And the sad thing about Onpassive is that there are people that they actually do think that they would have to go and log in a bunch of time to show that they're engaged. Because if they don't, then they won't get their big payout at the end. They won't be a millionaire and be able to help save all of humanity. They feel like Ash is watching them in there. And I mean, he probably is. It's just all so creepy.
Chris, any closing remarks, or I'm still
number one, thank you, Collins, for showing up on Ash time. That's wonderful. I know you sleep. I knew you're tired. Collins, I want to say this to you. I do appreciate you because you show up for everything, no matter what time it is. And I have a lot of respect for that. I did that for a few years where I was around the clock. I'm glad you took my spot over. But I want to say what a wonderful gentleman you are for the things I know about that happened in your life and where you are today and why you're doing this. I love you, brother. Thank you very much. Your strength is as strong as the ecosystem, my brother. There you go. Marty, goodbye, Chris.
He just called Collins Manna a weak bitch. That's not good.
Yeah, goodbye, Chris. I do want to add something. 3 years ago or so, I met these guys. They got together a lot. And yes, I had an agenda. And did I kind of use the OTech guys to get my agenda? Yes. But what it really was they were the only ones that could deliver the message I thought that needed to be done. And that was, when are we going to launch? That was probably the biggest statement during that time of anything else. And I could tell them, well, it takes time. But what do I know? I'm not an IT guy. How much time does it take? I don't know. So they came in, and I said to them at the time,
well, apparently Collins Manna doesn't know much either.
If you don't accomplish anything else, explaining how technical and time consuming it could be, if we could get to where they're focused on when, to understand that this is massive, and it's like their kid in the backseat. Are we almost there? Are we almost there? It doesn't make it happen any quicker. So they came in. Not only did they stop that statement, in fact, we talked one time laughing a couple of years ago now, and how far Collins and all the other guys, we're talking about Collins right now, went from kind of.
Am I being threatened? This woman always talking very bad, my Ash, and I promise to see you. Are you going to travel to Canada? Come have a Tim Hortons coffee? Marty is sofa guy. All right, I'll wait for the next part, Takara. An empty store sells no products. Mm-hmm.
Of a quiet guy, IT, they're just not, their life isn't to come out and chat with everybody. That's not what they do. What? Collins gave me a couple examples like, hey, I want you to come on. We're going to go on a webinar. And automatically went, webinar? Come on. What the frick does that mean? You mean actually be on the other side of a computer? No, thanks. But once again, this is what this proves. You can look at somebody and see their potential before they do. That's why when you look and you see that diamond, you go, I'm going to push this guy to the limit. I don't know what his limit is. I don't know I don't know him that well when I did it. And this conversation came up with all four of them. I don't remember when, I don't know what date, was I said, this was my opinion, look, the door was open for an OTech pros. How long you guys go or how big you get or how much you're involved is none of my business. In fact, I have no control over it. You want to fly, fly. You want to walk. You want to fall down the cliff? Sorry, that happened.
Oh, okay.
But look what happened. Everybody knows who they are. Collins can go in and talk about anything to do with Onpassive and doesn't have to mention that he's an IT guy. Doesn't have to mention it. It's a plus, and everybody knows that. So that's building.
Yeah, no, Dakar, if anyone ever says the only people who succeed are the ones who are willing to lose the most money, that's definitely a red flag. Definitely a red flag.
What was already inside Collins. It has nothing to do with other people. It was already there. You got to dig in and find out who you are. I didn't tell him what street to take. I have no right to do that. He wouldn't be comfortable. He is where he is right now, and he's very comfortable where he is. Why? You know what road he's on? You know what road he's on? He's on Collins Manor Road.
I may be crazy. I may be loony as hell, but at least I'm not a part of a group of people that expect me to love somebody who pocketed $108 million after making me a bunch of broken promises and then didn't pay me my commissions in September. So there's that.
No doubt. I'm on Marty DeGarmo Road. Don't try to get on my road. It's stupid. Why? I'm already here. Get your own road. Find out what path is for you.
I don't think Andy Burks, if you're talking about Andy Burks, I don't think so. The O-Techs are really just these guys. Like Collins Manna, Vincent, Oliver, that Bob dude. That's really the O-Tech pros.
Pour it to the ground. I just wanted to add that. And that's why I point out people and shine and talk to people because.
Well, I'm really glad that you're doing so well financially that you can pay $143 and flush it down the toilet and then not cry about it. It's just unfortunate that everyone in Papua New Guinea and several other places that you preyed on don't have that much money to throw away. And I understand that it's really hard for people, especially people with narcissistic traits, to take a moment and have empathy for other people's situation, for people that maybe have less than they do. But I am asking that you think about those other people that $143 is a lot of money for. I mean, if our society lived under the guise of, well, you know, know what? Who cares if you only lose like $200? Then everything would be a scam, you know? I promise to see you and you are crazy. I don't really know what that means when you say you promise to see me. Can you elaborate on that? You know? Yeah, I may be crazy, but Ash hasn't taken my money to pay for his wife's spa visit. So I'm just wondering though. I don't know what that means. You know? Oh yeah, no, Ella. Antonio here is very, very aware. This isn't his first time being here. So he's very aware that there are employees in Dubai and Hyderabad that haven't been paid since January and that have been threatened. I mean, technically all of the people in Onpassive are aware that there's employees that haven't been paid because Ash tried to bitch about them going on strike and make them look bad for it and turn it all around on them. Again, like, how dare they? How dare they? They use their rights to demand the wages that they were owed, you know? It's like just such awful people. Yeah, and the hard thing is, Takara, is that a lot of people in business, like, they want to be in communities full of people that are going to help empower them and like bounce ideas off of and etc. But like oftentimes spaces like that are full of like MLM people. The MLMs really do ruin everything. And once your like community gets overrun with like MLM type people, it starts to no longer be a nice community of people just trying to be successful and help each other out. And it becomes very culty. And it's sad. It's sad because there's like a lot of people that are running legit businesses and they'll open up like a group for other people that are running small businesses. They'll actually have like storefronts. Like, I mean, actual small business owners, not the MLM guy. And it's like they'll open up a group and then it gets overrun with a bunch of these hunts that are like, I'm also a small business owner because I am at Mary Kay. And it's like, no, you're not. And your way of thinking about business is a completely warped way. You know, it's not at all like the way actual business owners look and view the industry. So it sucks. And I've heard a lot of people being like, man, I was in this amazing group. We were all small business owners. And then all of a sudden there are all these hunts there. And now it's starting to turn on us. So as long as you're aware of it and you know what to look for, then you're all good, which you do. And maybe that's why your intuition's screaming at you right now. My whole thing is, if you have to wonder whether or not it's a call, it probably is one. Or if it's not, there's at least enough problematic things going on that you're wondering that. And that should be a red flag for you, you know? Again, listen to your intuition. If you're no longer comfortable in a group, leave it. And you don't even owe anyone an explanation as to why. You don't even have to tell them. You can just leave. Not being crazy seems boring. I like that. Being crazy keeps me exciting.
There's more to you than you think. And me too. I'm growing every day. Not in weight. Actually, I'm going the other way with that. I was growing the other, 10 pounds every year. Anyway, Chris, you got anything else, or Collins, whatever? And because Red and them's going to be late.
I don't know what time Red's coming on. I have nothing but I love you all and thank you. Please look into your updates every day. Check it. And the most important thing right now for me is every half hour, stop what you're doing if you can and say a prayer for the individuals who are facing this hurricane. And I just, Lisa said there's another one coming after that. North Carolina, there's a lot of people that need help right now. Right now, let's give them a lot of prayers, guys.
Please be safe.
Thank you for that. Every half hour, try it.
Everyone that is in this hurricane spot, please do be safe.
Collins?
Marty, I always, and Chris, we just have to always pray for the tech team, the new tech team, because they are really doing an amazing job. And also for Mr. Ash Mufareh and the family. You know, they cannot do it on their own without the guidance of God. So I always put that God first before us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Collins. No doubt about it.
My man.
No doubt about it. And you know what's even better than that? He knows it.
Oh, Lord.
He knows. Because I tell you what, if he wasn't God-led, we wouldn't be here. My opinion.
Yeah.
Too much crap happened. We wouldn't be here. Anyway, we'll see you all great live. Collins, I'm glad you made it. I'm gonna, as soon as I get a little extra cash, I'm gonna send you a watch.
I still don't understand what Collins was here for. Like, if he actually did explain the website and Marty didn't explain like the message there talking about the traffic, then maybe I would be like, okay, that made sense. They wanted somebody with a tech background to come and translate that OES message, right? But he really just came on and then just repeated what Marty said in different words. So I don't really understand what the hell the point of that was. That's just fucking weird to me, dude.
I'm just kidding, Collins. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And when I get some extra cash, I'm going to send you a watch to go.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say, what nerve do I have
We're
saying
so funny.
somebody's late? Anyway,
All right. So that's it for that one. That's it for that one. Antonio says, I know. I know. I trust in God and he will help us. Only God will help Mrs. Ash and not you. Well, it's a good thing I don't believe in your God, so I don't need its help. Yeah, I would have to believe in God for this to be a threat to me. And sometimes that's why I think cults don't like me very much, because they're like, damn it, we can't use faith manipulation here. It doesn't work. We can't condemn her to hell and make her feel scared she'll burn for all eternity. What? We are ready. It can be now or not, but we trust Ash. He is chosen by God. Then what made you so delicate in your belief today that you felt the need to come into my live stream and threaten me? Like, if you actually do believe that God is on your side and he's helping Ash run this thing and it's coming, why are you acting like such a delicate crybaby right now? Like, what happened? Because, like, if I was real sure about something, I would probably just ignore it. Ignore people talking smack on me. I have people talking smack on me all the time. I just had someone talk smack on me again recently and do like a 4-hour live stream about me. This is the first time I'm mentioning it. Because I just don't even watch. I don't pay attention. You know? I don't understand coming in here and getting mad and threatening. I don't understand. Damn it, she's not falling for our voodoo, pretty much. Pretty much. I know. It's really sad to think that if God chose anyone to come and run the world, he chose Ash Mufareh. Like, imagine that. Out of all of the people that he could have chosen to help, he's choosing this dude? The guy that pocketed $108 million? Interesting. I guess God is also an elitist, classist. That's sad. Mr. Ash was chosen by God to steal your money, Antonio. If God's on your side, you don't need to be here. That's my thing. What are you doing then? Antonio is not following directions. They have been told to
stop going there.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't mind them coming and yelling at me. It's a little unfair that they take their frustrations out about Ash not paying them their commissions on me. Like it's my fault, but it's okay because I do it to the ex-employees. and stuff too, right? Like they do it to like Muhammad Nazal and stuff, you know? You know? What thing I need from you? I've never said you need. I don't know you, Antonio. You have a parasocial relationship with me. Okay? I don't know you. I don't remember saying you needed anything from me. And I don't even remember asking you to be here. So I don't know what you're talking about. You are craying by $143. I have actually lost 0 cents or dollars in this. I have enjoyed. See, the amazing thing is when you're not a narcissist, you care about people outside of yourself. You care about other people besides yourself. So even if you don't personally lose $143, you think about how much that is to people in a lot of the places that this company's preying on, and you care about it. You know, you go, yeah, sure, maybe that wouldn't be a lot for a lot of us, but for these other people, that's 3 months' pay for $97. So you're talking like 5 months of someone's pay not being a lot to lose. You know? Talk yourself, don't talk to all. Well, this is my channel, and this is where I talk to everyone. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know. Each one know what he wants, not you to find what everyone wants. I really just talk about scams and cults. So if you don't want me talking about you, then don't run a scammy cult. It's quite simple, actually. In fact, most people don't have a problem with running scams or cults. They just live their life and they don't try to take advantage of vulnerable people. You know? I speak out about people that take advantage of, especially of vulnerable people. And especially people that take advantage of people via taking their money, taking their time, separating them from their family and from their real life, you know? So I hope that helps. I have one more thing that I want to show you today that was very, very interesting that Salami posted. And at first I thought maybe we would do the whole video, but I kind of wanted to see what they were saying today. So there's a part of this live stream that they did the other day called "Come Join Us in Celebrating This Amazing Comeback." Right? So this was their stream from yesterday, I believe. And it's also like an hour long. They're celebrating the OES coming back. And they bring up the employees again. You know? And it's just interesting what they say. I've rewound it a little bit. So just one sec here.
Gratitude. Next thing is.
Here it is.
It's bad enough you work unimaginable hours. And listen, you ever hear the expression looking for a needle in a haystack? That's not what they have. Talk to the tech guys. Don't go by me. It was like looking for a shorter needle in a needle stack. Impossible.
It was looking for a short needle in a needle stack. You know? Short needle in a needle stack is what it was like.
Almost, it's nearly impossible. They did it in record time. Guys were working until they passed out, and when they get up after a few hours sleep, they're working in their car on the way to work. Flat out. That's what we're dealing with. That's why I love all you guys for coming here and seeing, because I talk to a lot of you.
Wow, right?
I love it. I'm going to give you another example of what kind of people you are. I made that short video, the one you saw in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's all we had to hear. I really just wanted you to hear the part about they are overworking people to the point where they're falling asleep in their car on their way to work. And they are so exhausted that they're falling asleep there and have to be driven home. And this is a flex for them. To them, that's good news. So it's good news that you're exhausting people and they're in danger whenever they go to and from their workplace because they're so exhausted that you have to drive them home? How is that a good thing? Why would you hear that, especially knowing that the last employees didn't even get paid? So these ones probably won't. How do you hear that and go, yeah, that's awesome. That's amazing. Like, what? Like, I hear that and I'm horrified. I'm like, that's awful to be working people that much. But they're like, oh my God, these people just sacrificed their lives for us. Isn't it wonderful? Talk about breaking every single labor law that you could possibly make. It can't be true. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that this is, and this was the next thing I was going to say, is that sometimes I feel like Marty gets rambling about this and how great it is and how much work everyone's doing, that he like makes up these scenarios. You know what I mean? Like he thinks that that's a flex and that would be something that the O founders would want to hear. And it probably was. But then he like makes them up. So I'm hoping that a lot of this, when he says things like that, is exaggerated from him doing that. But then part of me is like, or it could actually be true. And they actually are that fucking overworked. And that's awful. And I don't think either of them are good. Because, like, if Marty's exaggerating and making up these stories, he should shut up and not do that. It's making them look awful. So, like, that's not good. And then, of course, if this is a true story, that's awful. That's not something we should even be talking about positively in any way, shape, or form. Like, please do not overwork people to the point where they can't even drive home from the workplace safely. So they have to be given a ride because you're worried about them. Like, that's insane. You know? It's insane. I think he paid someone on Fiverr for a few hours of work, and that's it. Yeah. I don't know if he is hiring this dream team either. But we have this crazy story now about employees falling asleep and having to be driven home, you know? That's like Marty leaving the house type energy. Marty would have to leave the house, right? Since 2019, I am Onpassive family. Awesome. Firstly, the most thing I liked is that we are united. Okay, Antonio, we didn't ask for your story. This isn't shining the light. All right, if you want to tell your story, you got to do a video and make sure that you hold your phone horizontally, not vertically. Okay, record it and then send it to Chris and Marty. That Chris and Marty aren't here. We're just reacting to them. All right, we're just reacting to them. Also, misgendering me is not an insult. You can even say I'm a trans woman and I won't be offended. Only bigots are offended by such things. 5 years and no working products. Please think about it, right? It's not, though, Jelly. This isn't shining the light. I didn't ask Antonio to tell us his entire Onpassive story. I'm sorry I don't have time for that. All right. But you know what, Antonio? If you want to come on one time and you wanted me to do an interview and then you can tell us our whole story, you can even yell at me a little bit. I'll let you. You can email me at my email that I've put in the chat right there. And yeah, that's my name. I don't hide on here either. That's my name. And yeah, email me and I will arrange for you, and you can come on here. It can be like Shin in the Light. You could tell us your whole Onpassive story. You can tell everyone how awful I am for covering it, and it could be a great time for all. Just, hit me up and let me know. Otherwise, please just save this for Chris and Marty. But I don't like this story that they've decided to tell here. I'm hoping it's an exaggeration. If it's not, that's awful. And again, I really do hope that the new techs are going to be paid, because we know they didn't pay the last group. So I don't know why the fuck you would agree to work with this company if, when you look up the company, there's people on strike. They must have been going with a team that's not in Hyderabad or Dubai. I want to think that maybe these people have no clue about the history here, which really sucks. And again, just another example of how Onpassive is not transparent. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I wanted to show you that little clip and watch that live stream. You would think that if Collins Manna came on, he was going to talk more tech stuff, actually break that down for us. But of course he didn't. To me, again, just more evidence that he doesn't really know much about technology and what's going on with websites. Just saying, that's worrisome since he's an OTech bro, right? So I guess we'll just have to see how it goes from here. What's happening right now, like you've heard, is you're supposed to log into the OES and do a little thank you to Ash. Allegedly, he's omnipresent. He'll hear you from your home. And then you just wait. Check for the messages, the updates in the back office there, and just wait around. And whenever they feel like it, they'll be putting the product up. What product's going to be the first one to get released that's going to go up? We don't know. But hey, maybe Ash will come on in the next couple days and he'll give us an update on the non-360. And when he does, we'll be here to cover it. So make sure that you subscribe if you are not already subscribed to get all of your Onpassive latest scam news. And I hope that all of you have an amazing, fabulous day. Alrighty, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow or the next day, where I hope that we hear from Ash again and that he's going to give us an update, but we may not this week. And if we don't, we'll find something else to look into. Don't you worry. Sam says, I have a feeling Antonio is Tanya. Let me see the reaction to writing passive in small letters. You know that she would see that. She wouldn't be able to let it go, right? She'd be like, excuse me, I need you to do that. No matter what, on Friday, there is going to be a Friday with the Stairs of Nay. Again, I might have to do this week's in the afternoon instead of the evening. I'm sorry, guys, but the good news is then Mark and Ella can be here. So, yay, that will be fun. I love all of you. Again, have a fabulous, amazing rest of your evening. Because remember, we're the ones in it to win it, naysayers, not those awful Onpassive people. Mwah! Bye!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it
My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. Another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all more than one. It's not the answer you want.
Yeah.
Only Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Let's go to Guyana. All right? Look up.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Thanks for coming, everyone. I hope that all of you have a fabulous rest of your day.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.